Your opinion is a lie. You're fortifying, forging. I would sweat through all of my personal clothes. And you probably need to ask Michelle. I don't know. Yeah, I can't. Ask Michelle. She knows. Ask Michelle. She knows. Ask Michelle. She knows. Your opinion is a lie.
In the Holy Ghost, I sing praises to your name, oh Lord, praises to your name, for your name is to be praised.
She knows. Your opinion is a lie. You're fortifying, forging. I would sweat through all of my personal clothes. And you probably need to ask Michelle. I don't know. Yeah, I can't. Ask Michelle. She knows. Ask Michelle. She knows. Ask Michelle. She knows. Your opinion is a lie.
In the Holy Ghost, I sing praises to your name, oh Lord, praises to your name, oh God, for your name is great and greatly to be praised.
She knows. Your opinion is a lie. You're fortifying, forging. I would sweat through all of my personal clothes. And you probably need to ask Michelle. I don't know. Yeah, I can't. Ask Michelle. She knows. Ask Michelle. She knows. Ask Michelle. She knows. Your opinion is a lie.
In the Holy Ghost, I sing praises to your name, oh Lord, praises to your name, oh God, for your name is great and greatly to be praised.
She knows. Your opinion is a lie. You're fortifying, forging. I would sweat through all of my personal clothes. And you probably need to ask Michelle. I don't know. Yeah, I can't. Ask Michelle. She knows. Ask Michelle. She knows. Ask Michelle. She knows. Your opinion is a lie.
In the Holy Ghost, I sing praises to your name, oh Lord, praises to your name, oh God, for your name is great and greatly to be praised.
Your opinion is a lie. You're fortifying, forging. I would sweat through all of my personal clothes, and you probably need to ask Michelle. I don't know. Yeah, I can't. Ask Michelle. She knows. Ask Michelle. She knows. Ask Michelle. She knows. Your opinion is a lie.
Say hi to your mom for me. Say hi to your mom for me. Say hi to your mom for me. Say hi to your hands in the Holy Ghost. Say hi to your mom.
I sing praises to your name. Oh Lord, praises to your name. Oh God, for your name is great and greatly to be praised.
Don't call him David.
Ask Michelle. She knows. Your opinion is a lie. You're fortifying, forging. I would sweat through all of my personal clothes, and you probably need to ask Michelle. I don't know. Yeah, I can't. Ask Michelle. She knows. Ask Michelle. She knows. Ask Michelle. She knows. Your opinion is a lie.
Lift your hands in the Holy Ghost.
I sing praises to your name. Oh Lord, praises to your name. Oh God, for your name is great and greatly to be praised.
Don't call him David.
Ask Michelle. She knows. Your opinion is a lie. You're fortifying, forging. I would sweat through all of my personal clothes, and you probably need to ask Michelle. I don't know. Yeah, I can't. Ask Michelle. She knows. Ask Michelle. She knows. Ask Michelle. She knows. Your opinion is a lie.
Lift your hands in the Holy Ghost.
I sing praises to your name. Oh Lord, praises to your name. Oh God, for your name is great and greatly to be praised.
Don't call him David.
Ask Michelle. She knows. Your opinion is a lie. You're fortifying, forging. I would sweat through all of my personal clothes, and you probably need to ask Michelle. I don't know. Yeah, I can't. Ask Michelle. She knows. Ask Michelle. She knows. Ask Michelle. She knows. Your opinion is a lie.
Lift your hands in the Holy Ghost.
I sing praises to your name. Oh Lord, praises to your name. Oh God, for your name is great and greatly to be praised.
Don't call him David.
Ask Michelle. She knows. Your opinion is a lie. You're fortifying, forging. I would sweat through all of my personal clothes, and you probably need to ask Michelle. I don't know. Yeah, I can't. Ask Michelle. She knows. Ask Michelle. She knows. Ask Michelle. She knows. Your opinion is a lie.
Lift your hands in the Holy Ghost. I sing praises to your name. Oh Lord, praises to your name. Oh God, for your name is great and greatly to be praised.
Don't call him David.
Ask Michelle. She knows. Your opinion is a lie. You're fortifying, forging. I would sweat through all of my personal clothes, and you probably need to ask Michelle. I don't know. Yeah, I can't. Ask Michelle. She knows. Ask Michelle. She knows. Ask Michelle. She knows. Your opinion is a lie.
Lift your hands in the Holy Ghost. I sing praises to your name. Oh Lord, praises to your name. Oh God, for your name is great and greatly to be praised.
Don't call him David.
Ask Michelle. She knows. Your opinion is a lie. You're fortifying, forging. I would sweat through all of my personal clothes, and you probably need to ask Michelle. I don't know. Yeah, I can't. Ask Michelle. She knows. Ask Michelle. She knows. Ask Michelle. She knows. Your opinion is a lie.
Say hi to your mom for me.
Lift your hands in the Holy Ghost.
Say hi to your mom.
I sing praises
Say hi to your mom.
to your name. Oh Lord, praises to your name. Oh God, for your name is great and greatly to be praised.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Full Frontal Investigation. I will be your host, you a pussy, Rich Holmes. And today what we're going to do is Ode to Joy to Colleen Renane. Not even David E. Taylor, honestly. I was sitting here thinking about that, and I'm like, you know what? No. Colleen Renane is the lawyer in this deposition, all right? And she was the one who originally roasted to the date. I'm guessing it would have been Central Time, so we're damn near on the time, actually, too. All right. Almost 10 years to the date, we have this deposition, and happy anniversary, David. Colleen Renane, thank you for giving us this piece of gold. That we always say, Colleen, if the world ended today, right, and all that was left is this deposition, and some fucking long-lost life forms found it, they'd want to know who you were. They wouldn't give a shit about David. They'd be like, hey, who's this lady? Like, we don't care about the clown on the TV. Like, who's this lady that's talking? So, in Colleen Renane, it's in your honor, man. We really do. We give you mad props for sitting here and absolutely having to just listen to this idiot try and act smarter than you. So, David E. Taylor, This is nothing about you today, buddy. This is all about Colleen Renane delivering this deposition to the world, to us, to people all over the world, David. People know who you are because of Colleen Renane, okay? Not because of who David E. Taylor is. Everybody wants to know, like, yo, who's that lawyer, all right? Like, who's that judge? All right, and people think that she's a judge. She's a lawyer, you guys, okay? A lawyer gives a deposition. Sometimes they'll put a special master in on a case like this, but for Colleen, she's a lawyer. She was hired by Rick Frazier to depose him, and this is what we have. So to the date, happy 10-year anniversary, David E. Taylor, Colleen Renane. Thank you. Here we go.
Mr. Taylor, you heard us discuss the subpoena duces tecum and the items that were requested to be produced?
Just now, yes.
Okay. And you understand there's a court order that indicates that you have to produce these items?
Yes.
Okay. For item number 2, where we're asking for, I'm sorry, let's go back to item number 1, where we're asking for bank statements. Would you agree that when somebody does a direct wire transfer from their account to another account, that there would be a bank statement that would reflect that for the receiving party?
Of course.
Okay.
Yes. Mhm.
And you can you produce, consistent with the subpoena, the bank statements which show Deborah Frazier's wire transfers?
Yes, of course.
And do you want to tell me, is that still the 30-day?
Yeah, we'll produce them within 30 days prior to the January 9th date if the documents exist.
He's indicated they do. So you have bank statements that show wire transfers if they were given. Understand that on bank statements, it may not show only Deborah Frazier's deposit being made, but you obviously have bank statements that show various deposits that are made that would include Deborah Frazier's.
Yeah, well, yeah, if she wired it.
I'm not talking about wired ones.
All of that's recorded and it's all itemized, yes.
All right, so
individually.
you would be able to tell me in what deposit those checks went into?
Of course,
And you
yes.
could provide me the bank statements?
Of course, yes. If that's appropriate.
And my bad. We're 2 days off from the original date. So what was today? What's today? So a couple days ago is actually the deposition. What's today? So it would have been earlier this week, but all right, we're a couple days off. No big deal.
Well, that's
2 days.
what's been requested
Okay.
and ordered.
That's fine, yeah.
And
Yeah, he is, Dallas.
all records showing how
Piece of
Mrs.
shit,
Frazier's donations, this is item number 2, how they were spent, including canceled checks, invoices, et cetera. Now, when she makes donations, she has designated for what purpose. For example, Rosh Hashanah. What would Rosh Hashanah be?
It's a Jewish holiday that we, as Christians, observe, you know, on the Jewish calendar. It's a quite celebrated holiday in the Christian community, in some circles, large circles, but not everyone does it.
So when Mrs. Frazier made donations that were designated as Rosh Hashanah, my subpoena duces tecum asks for canceled checks, invoices, check registers, bank statements, et cetera, that would back up those donations being spent for that purpose.
Yeah, that Rosh Hashanah is not so much a statement for the purpose of the money being used. It's a holiday, and it's designating when she gave an offering, like everyone else.
So it didn't go for the purpose of Rosh Hashanah in any way?
Well, Rosh Hashanah is not, it's a holiday. It's a service called Rosh Hashanah. It's
Right.
no, like when I, you know, take up an offering for a specific thing, then like if I say we want to raise offering for an 18-wheeler truck, and I say we're going to use this money for that, then it goes directly to that. This is a service such like a Sunday morning service or Easter service, and you don't purposeful. When the people give donations, you don't say where it goes to the Easter egg. Do you understand what I'm saying? The Rosh Hashanah is the name of a Jewish holiday.
No, I'm aware of that.
Okay, great.
How long do you think Rosh Hashanah lasts? How many days?
10 days, normally.
Now, one of her donations is listed as a money order. And
Yeah, I'm sure it would go there.
all right, and you can produce a bank statement that would correlate with that deposit.
We have everything on record.
Okay. When she talks about a leadership conference in Taylor, what would that money be related to?
Well, there are different services that are held, and we have people who attend those services and they give in those services. So when you see leadership is designating the type of service we're having, do that make sense?
So you have a specific service called a leadership conference?
Yes, where I teach leaders.
And do people have to pay to go into that service?
No, everything is free. They donate freely in the offering.
Now, is there a reason you didn't bring the documentation that backs this up because you say it exists?
It's not a reason we didn't. I just think that maybe my office didn't quite understand everything that was asked for in detail like you're asking. But it's no problem. We can provide that.
All right, when you say your office,
Yes.
where would that be?
I have an office here in Taylor, Michigan.
And what's that address?
2320, what is that? Superior Road.
What are the numbers?
I'm saying 320. 20320.
Wait a minute, say it again.
20320.
Okay, 5 digits?
Yeah,
Okay, Superior,
Road.
and that's Taylor.
Michigan.
Is this designated as an office on the outside of the building?
I'm sorry, what are you saying?
When you look at this 20320 Superior Road in Taylor, what does the outside of the building look like? Does it say JMMI? What does it say?
Yeah, it says JMMI.
JMMI? And do you take up the entire building?
For what now?
For JMMI, for your office?
We don't have to use the entire building for office facilities. We just use part of it,
What's the rest of the building used for?
having services.
Is this the church in Taylor that you go to?
I don't understand what you're asking. Can you rephrase?
Isn't there a church that you give services out of in Taylor?
Oh, yeah, on Sunday. But, yeah,
Is that this same building?
we let them use the building on Sunday morning.
Okay, when you say we let them, who's we and who's them?
JMMI owns the building, and there's a church called Kingdom Family Church that, they are just getting started, so they don't have a large overhead or nothing like that. We allow them to use the building on Sunday, since I use the building more so for massive conferences and services, things like that.
When did JMMI purchase this building?
I think that was in maybe 2 years ago. Yeah, a little over 2 years ago.
Does it have a mortgage?
No, it's paid off.
So did these was it Kingdom Family?
KFC, Kingdom Family Church.
Did then they pay rent?
Not really, no.
Okay, let me place an objection on the record. I've given a lot of latitude so far in this very brief deposition, but the objection is to relevance.
Yeah.
I don't know how this possibly relates to the
Interruptions
issues
noted.
of parenting time and or spousal support.
There's more to it than that.
Okay, you can go ahead and answer the question.
So when you say your office, are you referring exclusively to this 20320 Superior Road building?
Yes.
You do not have an office in any other city or state?
Yes, we do.
Okay, do you want to tell me about those?
And we're getting those more established. One in St. Louis, another in Budapest, Hungary, Europe, Korea, Arizona. So,
You have offices in those 4 places?
yes.
All right, may I have the address of the St. Louis office?
We used to use a P.O. box for that.
I want the actual street address.
Well, we are just getting things established there for us before we get a building. So I usually use my P.O. box as an address for that. So to say that we have just offices in a public building, like I usually use my Taylor residence for the professional address.
All right, so wait a sec, the Taylor residence?
Taylor building, Taylor office facilities. Yeah.
All right, you used it as, you referred to it as a Taylor residence. Do you own a home?
No, I'm sorry. I mean Taylor building on Superior.
Okay.
It's in a corporate area, so it's a office building. It's not a residence. Sorry.
Okay, but it's also used as a church by some people, at least?
Yes, we allow churches to use.
Okay, so the office is, are you saying there is no physical place in St. Louis that your ministry operates out of?
No, I mean a building physically. I used to have one, but not now. I moved all of my physical, I want to say resident. What word should I use? I moved all my physical place here in Taylor.
So there's nothing in St. Louis anymore?
A P.O. box.
Well, that's not a
Where our
destination.
mail go there, that's huge. It's massive. It's huge,
So when you say that's huge and massive, are you referring to the amount of mail you get there?
Well, mail. I mean, corresponding with people is very important to us. So that's big to us.
But you don't have any place in St. Louis that you work out of or anybody else works out of?
We may work out of our little home or whatever with a computer. Or,
What do you mean your little home? What does that mean?
well, I mean, like if I have a staff person, until we raise enough money to buy another office facility in that area, then, we do it out of, my staff that is there, they do it out of the place they may live. So that's
They
what
do
I'm
it out,
saying.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Do it out of
Yeah.
the place that,
Yeah, their little office that they have in the place they stay in at this time.
you
So
mean
that's what
somebody
I'm
could
telling
be
you.
working technically, in your opinion, out of their home?
Like you do out of yours, right?
No.
I mean, you have
I
a
have an
computer.
office.
Yeah, I know, but you have a computer at your home, and you have an office. I have an office too. It's here. So I'm saying I travel. I'm mobile. I live in St. Louis, so there are things that have to be done there. So we take laptops. I'm sure you got a laptop, right? Yeah.
This isn't about me.
Yeah. But I'm just trying to.
Well,
give you an
I'm trying to
understanding.
figure out,
Yes.
where was the building that you say you no longer have? What was that address?
That was in St. Louis on Patterson. I can't remember the address.
You don't know the address of the building that you
Yeah,
own?
it's been years ago.
You said it was just a couple years ago.
No, I didn't say couple. I said years ago.
How many years ago did you cease owning this building?
I didn't own it. It was a rental property.
It was a rental property in St. Louis?
Yes.
And what was the purpose of that property?
Office facilities.
And how big was it?
Objection to relevance.
Okay.
You can answer the question, but I'm going to place a standing objection on the
That's
record.
fine.
It was probably about 3,000 square feet, just for office facilities, yeah.
And you paid rent to somebody? Who did you pay it to?
I don't remember the guy's name who owned it.
Okay, but you don't have any physical facility that you operate out of
I
in
don't
St.
have a
Louis?
building there. My building, like I said, I moved my offices here.
No, I understand, but aside from an office, anything else, even
That's
that?
what I'm saying.
No,
We
let me
moved-
just finish so we're real clear what I'm asking.
Okay.
Anything even other than an office?
I've shared with you that
Let
they
me
may
just
do
let me
it.
finish so you
Okay.
can understand.
Okay.
I'm not talking about people that work out of their home.
Yes.
I'm talking about any other building or facility that you or your ministry works out of in St. Louis.
Yes. I have staff who work out of a home that they
No, I understand that.
may
I'm asking
live in.
about something else.
I'm just saying I don't have what you're asking. I don't have a physical building there like that. It's up here in Taylor. This is where our professional offices are.
Where's the residential center that is on your asset and liability sheet?
Oh, it's in St. Louis.
Okay.
But that's not an office.
I'm not,
Yeah.
I asked a few times, it doesn't have to be an office. Any facility, building, structure that you work out of, office or otherwise.
Okay.
So there is a residential center.
Oh, yes, Of course, you should have said that earlier. I didn't know
No,
what you
you
were
should have
saying.
answered earlier.
No, you didn't.
Residential
You didn't
center.
explain enough.
Residential center is in St. Louis.
Be direct and specific so I can answer your question.
Sir, that's why I was suggesting you not interrupt me so that I could finish the sentence and you'd be real clear what we were asking.
Okay.
So a residential center does exist in St. Louis?
Oh, of course, yes.
Okay.
But that's not an office.
It doesn't have to be an office.
Okay. I thought you was talking about a professional location like this.
No,
We have that in Taylor. Okay.
I did not limit my question to an office.
Okay, so yeah, be more specific so I can know what you're saying.
I believe I was. All right, so
Not
what is
really.
this residential center?
Oh, this is a place that the process of buying that. Yeah, we don't
So are
own
you
it yet.
renting to buy or are you?
Yeah, we're leasing to buy.
You have that as an asset of 2.844, 2 million. So do you own it?
I just answered that, didn't I? I said we didn't own it.
Okay,
We're
but
leasing
where
to
where
buy
does
it.
the, I'm sorry?
We're leasing to buy it. Did you? I thought we just said that.
All right, but
Yeah.
you have listed it as an asset worth $2,844,000.
Oh, that should be more of a liability. Yeah.
Would you like to take a look at the
Oh, okay.
document? The liability on page 2.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. What we have already paid compared to what it's worth. Is that what you're saying? What?
You
Because
listed it.
it's not paid off. Like,
All right, so where does the number 2,844,000 come from on your
that's the
asset and liability?
That's, I guess, the appraisal value of the home or the residential center. Yeah.
Is it a home?
No, it's a residential center. We use it.
All right, so you're saying it's not something you own, but you have it listed as an asset of $2.8 million.
That's probably a mistake.
All right. You can actually lease to buy, you guys, but there's lawyers involved. Absolutely. You can lease to buy. Absolutely. You can lease with the option to buy. 100%. It is a real thing. There's lawyers involved. But with David's case, what happened with Harold Lewis was he breached the contract, okay? He breached the contract. It really is. And it's for idiots like David who don't have a line of credit. It is. No, you're dead on, Danielle. Nope. Dead on, Sweden. You're dead on. No way, bro. It's the most expensive way to buy, and it's for fuckheads like David who don't have a line of credit. Yep. It's for idiots like David because David can't get a line of credit. But no, you're right. No, you can do lease to buy. but it's for assholes like David. And that's what we see David do a lot. Oh, well, you know what? We put money down and we're leasing it until we have enough money to buy it. And we're just going to buy it. But with David, he never buys them.
And the next one?
Brashearer. I really don't know how to spell that one. Brashearer.
Is it a man or woman?
It's a lady.
Bashira?
Yeah.
And her last name?
You know, I'm trying to pronounce that. Hargus.
Can you just spell it?
H-A-Q-U-E, something like that. Yeah.
Are these all employees?
No, they are volunteer workers. One is employee.
Who's the employee?
Michelle.
And these two people are volunteers?
Yes.
Do you have an accountant that does any kind of accounting work for you?
We have a private firm, yes.
And who is that?
Davidson Associates.
Davidson?
Davis and Associates.
Davis and Associates? And where are they located?
In St. Louis.
So you don't know who prepared this balance sheet?
Like I say, it could have been one of those three. I don't want to tell you a story. I can't tell you exactly.
I don't want you to tell me anything you can't verify.
So I don't
But
know.
your accountant did not.
Did the balancings, or did someone provide these sheets to you? What are you saying? What are you saying?
And liabilities. Would your accountant have prepared this?
I don't think my accountant did that. I think that the internal office tried to answer your questions, and they pulled information from maybe documents that my professional firm did and tried to give you what you needed.
So were these documents created for the purpose of this deposition, or did they exist before?
Oh, they exist before. We have everything documented. Everything. Every penny.
But you acknowledge that you believe this $2.8 million is an error.
It has to be, because the residential center is not paid off. Show it, right? You would know that, right?
I don't answer questions. This is one way I
Okay,
ask
I'm just
you.
saying, I'm trying to get understanding.
All right, so tell me the residential center. Did we get an address for that? I need an address for the residential center.
Yeah, 24,000 Tempage.
What is it?
Tempage, T-I-M.
T-I-M.
P-A-I-G-E.
That's the name of the street?
Yes, Tempage.
That's right, Timpage?
Tempage, yeah.
Avenue, road, anything?
I think it's road, probably.
And that is in St. Louis?
Yes, Chesterfield, Missouri.
So you're renting with an option to buy?
Yes,
And who is the owner then?
the ministry. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The ministry is renting with the option to buy. The owner is Harold Lewis.
Okay, and what goes on at the residential center?
Well, I mean, it's
Objection to form of the question. What are you trying to ask?
yeah.
What is its purpose? Who goes there?
It is really it's a gathering place for our ministry, where I bring in different leaders and also the staff that we have as a place of, maybe resort and teaching and training.
Resort?
Yeah, teaching. A resort where we teach and train.
What do you mean by the word resort? Usually people think of that as...
Maybe I'm not saying it right. Let's strike that word. Maybe it's a place where they can come and be refreshed. Like, I don't know if you have ever been on Christian retreats or things like that, where people can go and hear the word of God and also relax and that kind of thing. So.
But it's not a church.
No, it's not a church.
Do people live there?
It's habitable, yes. We could live there. We could stay overnight.
Do people stay overnight and live there?
No, people stay overnight. When I have guests in, they could come in and do that. But I have my own apartment. I stay in a small apartment.
In the residential center?
No, I have my own personal apartment.
Okay, we'll get to that, but
So when I'm saying, so the residential center is used, it has bedrooms and stuff like that, so you can stay in there. But it's more so used for a retreat or in a place where, you know, people can be refreshed. Am I answering right? Am I okay? Okay.
you're confident of that address that you gave me on Tim Page?
Yeah, 24,000, is that right?
You tell me.
I thought that is.
You're confident of that address, though?
I think so. I think that's right. Am I wrong? Do I need to look something up? You know, what's the...
You're answering the question to the best of your knowledge.
Yes, thank you.
Is it possible that it's 15,400?
Oh, yes, that's right. It was 15,400. That is right. That's totally off. Thank you, guys. Y'all are sharp.
I'm going to show you a picture of 15,400 Tim Page.
Mm-hmm.
And this is in a residential neighborhood,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
and it is a home.
Yeah, but it's a residential center. That's what the ministry.
Right, but this is in a residential neighborhood.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
right?
Mhm. Yes,
okay.
of course. Mhm.
Is it like a subdivision with different houses up and down the street?
I don't think I would call it a subdivision, but it's other homes around it.
So it is.
Yes.
Does
It's
this?
a residential area, yeah.
Do the neighbors there know you're operating a ministry out of there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got to answer yes or no.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And this is actually not listed as St. Louis. It's listed as Chesterfield.
Yeah, I said that earlier. Yeah. I said
No,
Chesterfield, Missouri.
No, you said
Can
St.
you hear me
Louis.
say that?
You're being argumentative.
Yeah.
Objection. He did say Chesterfield. I have it written down.
You're not
I
listening.
didn't hear it.
You're not listening. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I am very careful.
Not really.
Okay, so the residential center is in Chesterfield, Missouri,
Chesterfield, yes.
and it's actually what had been used as a home by people previously. It's not an office building or.
Oh, no. It's
Okay.
It's not in a business center area.
Okay.
It's in a residential area, but it's remote. It is not like up on, you know, it's spacious, so you can understand what I'm saying.
Well, it says it's 8,204 square feet.
Yes.
Okay, and you told me the owner was
Harold Lewis.
Harold Lewis, and
Yes.
who is Harold Lewis?
He is a sports agent for many years.
Does he reside in that house?
No.
And do you know where he lives?
Yes, but I can't give his address. I don't know that information.
What city or what state?
Oh, Lake St. Louis.
Lake St. Louis?
Yes, Lake St. Louis. That's another suburb out by Chesterfield.
So is it in Lake or St. Louis?
Maybe, what did I say?
You said Lake St. Louis, which I didn't think made sense.
Yeah, I'm probably quoting that wrong. It's an area. It's like a suburb, and there's Lake. I think it's Lake St. Louis. Lake. I'm not sure. I'm not positive, but I know it has lake something in it.
So you're purchasing this home from Harold Lewis?
Yes, the ministry is. Not I, the ministry.
And when you say it's remote, how do people get there then?
I mean, you know, it's not just, it's a gate. So,
Gated community?
yes, not community, the house is gated.
How many nights a year would you say that you sleep there?
Oh, I don't know, because I'm always traveling on the road.
You can approximate.
And I'm in, usually when I have guests or, I I don't know. I really don't have. What are you looking for? How many? I don't have.
How many nights would you spend
It just it
at that
varies. It
residential
depends.
center?
If I'm traveling or if I'm in my own apartment or. Usually
can
I'm out of town
approximate.
so much.
Right, I understand.
yeah.
But still, how many nights would you spend there?
If I'm there for a week, I may spend 2 nights and just check on things. But
What do you mean,
I
just
can't really
check on
say.
things?
well, I mean, it's a residence, you know. It's something you must check on, keep up.
Now, you said you have an apartment,
Yes.
and what's that address?
2008 Victory Way Lane, 2008. 2008 Victory Way Lane,
Victory,
Way Lane.
in what city?
Florissant, Missouri.
Can you spell that?
Florissant, Florissant.
How far is that from Chesterfield?
Probably 35 minutes.
Okay, and then all right, so how many nights a year do you sleep at the apartment?
I can't say. I don't know how to answer that. I really don't know how to answer that.
Just an approximation.
I can't say.
Well, how often do you go to the apartment?
I'm out of town so much, but I'm trying to think. What are you looking since? Okay, so we probably could say, narrowing it down like that, maybe 10,
The residential center.
maybe 5, something like that.
So even though it's called a residential center, you don't have people staying there continuously.
No,
There is nobody that resides there
no,
as their primary residence.
no.
And what do you pay in rent on the apartment?
900 and something. I'm not sure. It's about 9.
And does anybody else live with you there?
No. Well, my babies, my 2 children.
Your
Well,
babies
they-
live there?
Yeah, Joshua and Destiny.
Joshua, what's Joshua's full name?
Objection to relevance.
That's okay. What's his name?
Joshua, do I need to answer that?
Yeah, you can go ahead and answer, but with the understanding that this is an
I understand.
ongoing objection.
I get it.
Okay.
Okay.
Joshua,
Caleb Taylor,
how do you spell Caleb? C?
Caleb.
And how old? What's the date of birth?
He's 15 years old.
What's that date of birth?
December the 21st, 1989.
1999, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay, and your other child?
Destiny.
Hi, John Tal, Father to the nations. I honor you. You're holy, and you're our Dada, and you've been ordained by George Davies, Muffin Top, whatever. Tell the fraud apostle not to cut it too short with you. We honor you, John Tal. Happy Father's Day, bitch.
They'll always be my.
Do you have any other
Babies.
children?
Yes. Isaiah Webster.
How do you spell that?
Isaiah.
Middle name?
I don't have that. Webster.
You don't know his middle name?
No, I don't think he has one. Yeah. Webster.
And his date of birth?
His date of birth is February 3rd, 2003.
Any other children?
That's it.
3? All right, when you refer to Joshua and Destiny, you say they live at your apartment? You can answer yes or no.
Oh, yes.
Is that full-time?
No, it's joint custody with their mom,
And who's their mother?
Tabitha A. Taylor,
And where does she live?
in St. Louis.
So if you're traveling so much and you only get to these places, 10 times in 3 months, is that the primary place that you see Joshua and Destiny?
No,
Where else would you see them?
I have an apartment.
No, I'm talking about the apartment. Is that where you see them?
Well, you asked about how often I go to the residential center. You didn't ask about the apartment.
No, I
So
asked
that's where
about
we really
both.
stay.
I asked
Well, no,
about
you
both.
weren't specific about the apartment directly. The time we have there. Your questions was about the residential
I asked
center.
both, and you said in about 3 months you would probably go there about 10 times, and you paid $900 a month in rent.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you was asking about the residential center. No. When I'm in town, it's more than that there at the apartment where I pay $900. I thought you was speaking of the residential center. I'm sorry.
Okay, so at the apartment, in a 3-month period of time, how often do you think you stay there?
I try to make it back every weekend. So in 3 months, you would say out of 12 weeks, you would say maybe 12. No, maybe 11 at the most, and 9 at the least, if I'm really busy.
All right, so when you said 10 times in 3 months, that's kind of accurate then, isn't it?
Yeah, but I thought I was referring to that was really another amount for the residential center to check on things. Yeah.
All right, so the residential center, you also spend approximately 10 nights in a 3-month period of time?
Not really, no. I was referring to maybe going there. That's what I thought you were referring to. So.
Not sleeping there?
No, but I have slept there sometimes.
Are you the caretaker of the residential center?
Well, I'm the caretaker, but I have help. My staff helps. So I usually will have them go out there and take care of things when I'm gone. So
When you
I don't
refer
know
to
if I could say I'm the caretaker because I'm always gone. So I have a staff that really see to it.
Who's
care
the
for it.
staff that you refer to in doing that?
It's a list of people.
Where's the key to the place kept?
With the caregiver, the person who we have look at the place.
All right, who is that person?
James Gregory.
And is he on staff
Yes.
with JMMI? You have to answer yes or no.
Yes, also. Yeah. Yes.
And is he volunteer or paid?
Volunteer at this time.
And he has the key in his possession.
Yes.
I'm going to get all of them. Who is the mother of Isaiah Webster?
Monica Webster,
Where does she live?
in Washington State.
What city?
I'm not sure now. It was Tacoma.
West Tacoma?
Yeah.
Were you married to Miss Webster?
No.
Do you have any kind of custodial relationship with Isaiah?
Yes.
And what is that?
Just, I'm his father, and I have the rights to see him and have him. So.
Okay, but what I mean by custodial relationship, do you have any kind of joint legal, joint
Oh, no.
physical?
No.
Nothing on paper?
No.
You got to answer not.
No.
Okay, so when was the last time you saw him?
It's been a while now.
What would that be, just approximate?
Maybe a year. Yeah.
Are there court proceedings related to this child? Paternity, child support?
Oh, yeah, child support.
You
Yes.
pay child support? Mm-hmm. You have to answer, I'm sorry, yes or no.
Yes, I do.
And how much do you pay in child support?
$450
$450
a month. Yes.
a month? Mm-hmm. And what about the two other children?
$750.
$750 a month for Joshua and Destiny?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And were you married to their mother?
Yes.
I'm sorry. And her name was Tabitha.
Yes.
And when were you divorced?
In February of 2010.
And in what county and state?
St. Louis. All these questions necessary.
I placed a standing objection on the record.
Okay. Do I have to answer, or do I still have to answer?
You have to answer the question.
I would just note that you're having a conversation with the deponent, just for the record.
I'm indicating that he has to answer the questions.
Okay. Oh, I'm going to go back on this. So when someone says to you, where is your residence, well, tell me what your answer is.
I let them know where I live.
And where would you say that is?
My apartment, 208 Victory Way Lane.
Okay, so that would be where you actually reside. Reside.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a driver's license?
Yes.
And what address is on that?
2008 Victory Way Lane.
And when you refer to your babies, your two teenagers, did they live primarily with their mother? If you're traveling so much?
Well, she has them if I don't, come back like in 1 week or so. Of course, they're with her, but we have joint custody. So she has them half of the week, I have them the other half.
Except you say you travel so much that you're not really around.
And what I did tell you, I try to come back like on the weekends. That's what my time is.
So do you see your children every weekend?
Mostly.
Okay. And that would be in the apartment?
Yes, or wherever we...
To sleep overnight?
Yeah, they have done that before.
Now, has Debbie Frazier ever been to the residential center?
Is that something I should answer, or? Yes, she has.
And when was that?
When was the last time? I think the 4th of July was, no, I don't. I'm trying to remember if the 4th of July was the accurate time, because we had the staff out, so I think she was there.
And would she have swam in the pool there? Pardon me?
I'm not sure.
Are there dogs there?
Dogs?
Yeah, are there ever dogs that are at the residential center?
No.
So when Debbie Frazier goes to St. Louis, do you know where she goes or stays when she's there?
No, I don't know all of that information. I know when she has come, people from my staff, when we do crusades, they stay in a hotel. Yeah.
What do you mean when you do crusades?
Well, I do crusades all over the country, so if I carry our team to St. Louis, of course we've done that, where we have a bigger crusade than the team from Taylor and Arizona and other places come in and they get hotels.
How many times do you have crusades in St. Louis?
Well, now with my schedule, it's only once a year now because I can't hold them 4 times a year like I used to.
What is Deborah Frazier's relationship to JMMI?
She is, first of all, a wonderful mother. And
I'm asking about JMMI.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm getting there. Just hold your horse. So, and she really is a worker, a very diligent worker in the ministry.
What does that mean?
Well, she helps service people, help people.
Tell me what that means.
Poor,
Tell me
feeding
what
the
that
poor.
means. Where do they feed the poor?
Well, you know, before, of course, that the food bank moved out, she was also helping in that with our ministry.
Okay, I don't know anything about...
A food bank, you don't understand that?
No, you said before it moved out. I don't know anything about a food bank moving out.
Yeah, well, we had
out of where?
Out of our building. They wanted to get a bigger place. So, but for about,
right.
6 years, we housed a food bank.
Hold on a sec.
Okay,
Food bank moved out of your building. What building are you talking about?
Taylor.
Taylor.
Here in Taylor, yes.
So there was a food bank.
Yes.
In what building?
In the Taylor building, on Superior Road. That. But it's no longer there. But those are the kind of services she would do, where she would help. Our ministry would join with them. Like I say, I let the building out to different ministries to do multiple things. So they would
For free?
Yes, for free.
Okay, so there was a food bank, and you're saying that Deborah Frazier worked at the food bank?
She helped some. She didn't just work all the time, but that's the kind of work that she would do.
When did the food bank leave?
When was that? Earlier this year. They went to try to get a bigger place, I guess.
What was it called? Food bank?
That's the name they used. That's the name they used. So I don't.
They have a sign that said food bank?
Yeah, probably something like that.
Do you know or not know?
I just don't. I'm not really sure. All I know is that that's the common word that they would use, and they would bring gleaners in, 18-wheeler truck, and just feed hundreds of families.
Do you know what agency was involved in this? Who organized the food bank?
It was a ministry that was connected with us, so I don't have all that information.
Well, when somebody comes to you and says, can we use part of your building to feed the poor, do you ask who they are?
Of course.
Okay, and who were these folks?
They were a ministry that came in, they were more so feeding the poor.
Right, but by what name were they known?
Okay, see, they, I don't know. They didn't go by a name like that. I know they were established and incorporated. I could just tell you their names as individuals, but their organization, we were really covering them and supporting that and helping that.
What do you mean you were covering them?
Well, they needed a place to do that out of and a place to bring the 18-wheeler to feed many people.
You said they were incorporated?
Mm-hmm.
But
their name, yes. But their name, I don't know their name. I don't know their official name. I just know it was a ministry team, and they were doing this work.
Okay. When Miss Frazier goes to St. Louis, what does she do for you or the ministry or whoever?
Well, when she goes to St. Louis, she works in the crusades. Like if I'm having a service there, she ushers.
Where would this physically be?
The crusade?
Right.
At a friend of mine, a bishop's church, who has a large facility in the suburb.
In the suburb?
Mm-hmm.
What city?
Florissant, Missouri.
Can you spell that again?
Florissant.
What's the bishop's name?
Bishop Matthew Ferguson.
And what's the name of the church?
Abundant Life Fellowship.
And do you have an address?
I really don't know it.
So the crusade goes only once a year, isn't it?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but Debbie Frazier goes to St. Louis and works for you much more frequently than once a year.
Of course. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she does a crusade once a year, and when would that be?
We usually do it right after the spring, or
After the spring?
yeah.
You mean
You're talking about
in
the
summer?
crusade, and you're talking about the crusade in St. Louis, right?
Right.
Okay, yeah.
So
After
would
the
that mean
spring.
summer?
Yeah, you probably say the beginning of summer.
You don't have it the same time every year?
No, we can't. The schedule is too sporadic to do that.
Okay, and how long does it last?
About 3 days.
And what exactly would Deborah Frazier do to assist in the crusade?
She ushers. She mostly in any type of help that is needed by anybody coming in assistance, she assists them.
All right, give me an example of what that would mean.
Like if someone coming in a wheelchair or something like that, and she's helping them. She's a great parent.
A great parent?
Yes, she's a great parent
Okay,
and a great help.
what does that have to do with what she does at St. Louis?
Oh, I think her being a great parent has a lot to do with the way her character is in the ministry too.
Do you realize she has only supervised visits with her children?
Oh, I know all of that. Yes.
Okay. She talks to you about that?
Should I?
You don't have to
answer
look
something like
at your lawyer. I'm asking you the question.
Well, I'm going to object based on privilege between a priest and penitent.
Yes.
Priest?
He's got the priest-penitent privilege. He doesn't have to answer any questions specific to conversations with his members.
Exactly.
I don't think he's a priest.
It's
So
called the priest-penitent privilege. He doesn't
I'm-
have to be a priest. He can be a minister.
you have a cite
or
for that?
rabbi. No, I don't.
I'm just going to make, again,
Does she put a
there's a
pat-
certain decorum in these depositions. I'm going to raise an objection. There's two things that are happening with your client. One, he's glaring. Two, he's making comments. It's inappropriate. That's unprofessional. You're the
Right.
attorney. If he wants to participate, he shouldn't be glaring, shaking his head, rolling his eyes, and making comments. He's allowed to be here. He's not. That's not appropriate
And
for
I
him to be doing.
concur in that objection.
That's fine.
Let's take a 5-minute break. I need to use your restroom.
Go ahead. It's 401, just for...
358. Back on the record, 404, just 2.
All right, Mr. Taylor, I'm going to show you Exhibit 1. I'm going to ask you if this is what you have referred to as the residential center.
I see it before you answer.
Yes, this is.
Okay, and you can tell me how many pages are on that exhibit?
It's 6.
And is it accurate that all those pages are pictures of the residential center?
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
And what do you want?
See it.
I thought you just did.
I looked at page 1.
Yeah. Is that also referred to as the ministry house?
It could be, yeah. I mean, yes. But
Yes.
we usually say professionally residential center, so
But sometimes it's referred to as the ministry house?
yes.
And is there any other place that's referred to as the ministry house?
I think there's another location where the ministry have already, I think, started buying a place, and it's a place for some of the staff where they stay, where I provide a place if someone wants to do intern in the ministry. So I provide a place for
Where's
them
that?
to stay. It's in St. Louis.
And what's the address for that?
I don't know. I don't have that because it's recent, so it's not.
Would you be able to provide that
Yeah, we can provide
with
that for you.
the other documents you're going to give me before your next
Of
deposition?
course, yes. Exactly.
And just for the record, I would note over Mr. Jenkins' statements that we dispute that my client is glaring or doing anything inappropriate. He is looking at David Taylor, AKA the apostle, because that is the person who is speaking. And he is not rolling his eyes. He is talking to me on occasion, which is perfectly acceptable for him to talk to his attorney. I would just like the record to reflect that. So back to the questions.
The record reflects that he's been making statements regularly, verbally, while he's been sitting there.
Right, to me.
While you're talking.
I hear him.
No, while you're talking.
That's fine.
And also
He has another attorney
expressions.
sitting next to him.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm sitting right across from him, so
That's fine.
I'm just asking you
I've
to control.
indicated that I don't.
My request was to control your client, so.
My request is that you stop unnecessarily objecting. My client has done nothing wrong. He has a lawyer sitting on each side of him, and he on occasion speaks to me or to the other attorney, and there's nothing wrong with that.
My
All right,
objections are
Mr.
no.
Taylor.
And you can still maintain.
You don't know the address of the place that is also sometimes called Ministry House?
No.
And tell me the purpose of this place?
It's a residence that we bought that, or that we're in the process of buying to, that gives young aspiring preachers and ministers a place to stay while they're an intern in our ministry, being trained.
Has Deborah Frazier ever stayed there?
She's come over there.
What do you mean she's come over there?
She's visited and come over, I'm sure.
But you don't know the address?
No, it's too recent for me.
When you say it's recent, when did that start?
Maybe a year, 2, something like that. I just don't know, so.
I'm going to show you what you provided as the balance sheet and ask you to indicate where on this building is represented.
What building?
Well, you just said you're in the process of buying a ministry house. Where would it show up on the asset and liability?
Well, it wouldn't, because we're leasing it right now. So it's a liability. I don't know if they put it on here.
Well, what do you mean when you're in the process of buying? Does that mean that you...
Well, yeah, we're in stages till we can buy. That's what I mean. Maybe
Okay,
I need
I'm not
to
sure what
rephrase
that means.
You know, before we just pay off something, we lease it until, you know, we have enough money to be able to do that. Would that make sense to you?
Not much.
Okay.
So is it your testimony that you are leasing this piece of property?
Yes.
And how much do you pay a month?
Actually, I don't know. My financial board knows all of those
Who's
things.
your financial board?
Those 3 that I gave you there.
They're your board?
No, I said financial board. That means
Right.
a certain area. They handle a certain area.
The financial board is
Different from the board of the JMMI.
Okay, but when you refer to them as a board,
Well, maybe I ought to rephrase that since you're tripping over that. Let's say they are financial administrators. Do that make sense?
you tell me if it makes sense.
Yes.
So do you see anything regarding this ministry house on the asset and liability sheet?
No, I don't think it would be on here because it might be. I don't see it as of now.
Can you describe this place?
It's just a residential home.
It's another house.
Yes, it's like a home, but it's.
What do you mean it's like a home?
Oh, I mean it's a home.
It is a home.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, is it at 2036 Victory Way Lane?
2036. No.
What's at 2036 Victory Lane?
I don't know. It's an address to a.
It has nothing to do with your ministry at all? You got to answer yes or no.
No.
So you don't have any connection to 2036 Victory Lane
No.
Way?
My apartment is 2008 Victory Way Lane.
Okay.
So that sounds like another address over in that area, but that's not. I have nothing to do with that.
And that's not where the ministry house is?
No, those are condominiums. Okay.
Victory Lane?
Yes.
So this ministry house, the JMMI has been leasing?
Yes.
Okay. Now, are you the head of JMMI?
Yes.
And you don't know where this place is?
I know where it is. I just don't know the address. I don't want to give you.
Give me the description of where it is.
It's in Florissant, Missouri.
Right.
I know that.
Cross streets?
Yeah, it's a neighborhood.
What are the cross streets?
I don't know that. But like I said, I'll provide you with the information after this is over with.
Who owns this residence?
I don't know. It's some guy. I don't know him.
Did you arrange for this lease?
No.
Who
I
would
have
have
a
done
financial board who does those things.
Those three people you referred to with Michelle and
Yes.
the other person's
Financial
name.
administrative people.
And so you're saying but don't you have to sign the lease?
No, I'm not the only one that can sign. I have a board members who are on that can sign.
So you didn't sign this lease?
I don't even know.
Can you give me a copy of the lease?
Is that necessary?
Yeah, I would object to the relevance of providing a document to a lease of
Okay.
property of JMMI. That has nothing to do with your...
Actually, it does. We've been unable, despite a court order, to get an address as to where the ministry is and
We'll give you
what the
addresses.
locations
You
do.
have
You give me addresses.
You have an address?
I have one address for
400
one thing.
10-page drive.
Right, but nobody's giving me an address for what's referred to as a ministry house where people who are participating in the ministry go and live and are provided a residence by Mr. Taylor.
Well, we said we'll provide that. I just don't know it. So it's not a problem.
What's
so you
not a
shouldn't
problem?
make a big deal. I mean, we're going to give you the address.
Right, I'm asking for
I
a
just don't
copy
know
of
it
the
now.
lease.
I don't have that information on me now.
Okay. Have you ever been there?
Oh, yes,
Record
of course.
Reflect another comment made objection by a comment under oath. He doesn't know the streets. That's commentary. That's not assisting you. I asked for that to stop.
He spoke to her, his
He
attorney.
made it out loud.
Well, if you
It's not
talk,
on
it's
the
out
pulpit.
loud.
If he wants to assist you in the deposition, that's fine, but the commentary is inappropriate. I've done depositions for years. I've never
have I.
had somebody sit and,
Yes.
and start to make
Please.
comments like this.
He is my client. I am his attorney, and so is the other person sitting on the other side, Mr. Yatuma.
The personal
so, excuse me,
commentary
don't
is
interrupt,
inappropriate.
please.
I'm
Do
not,
not
no,
interrupt.
I'm talking.
That's
and I'm
right.
making an
I was
objection.
That's right.
talking.
And I'm making an objection.
That's right.
And it's just
That's
inappropriate.
fine. We
it
just
obfuscates the
disrespectful.
deposition.
Okay.
We dispute your characterization, and fortunately, it's videotaped, so we shouldn't have a problem.
I concur that it's disruptive.
That's fine. I would also note that the deponent is at the far end of the table for Mr. Yatuma, who my client is speaking to. So I don't think it's disruptive.
I can hear the comments.
Okay.
The comments
Disruptive
are
to me.
not facilitating questions or what you're talking about. They're commentary about what the deponent's saying.
That's fine.
That's not appropriate.
There's no
A party
court order
is
that
not
says
allowed to speak. He can attend. He's not allowed to speak at the deposition.
I don't
We don't
think
need to, this is silly.
it is.
He's making a comment that the deponent doesn't know an address that he's owned for 2 years to his attorney. That's what he's saying to me.
The deposition is being
And now
conducted by the attorneys,
made
not by the
love to
clients.
this
Not by
on
the
video,
clients.
Which I think only hurts the deponent. But again, if he-
Do you have an
all-
objection?
All of his work.
Do you have an objection?
No, I'm responding
Then
to
state
you.
your objection if you have one.
I have an objection to you. Well, I'm responding to you.
I've stated the objection. It's for the record.
Okay.
All right, so back to the ministry house. You don't know who you leased it from.
Like I say, I have a.
I'm just asking you, do you know who you leased it from?
Let me finish answering you. I have a vast ministry, so I don't know everything always that goes on. I know overall, but I have people who take care of those things. So, I will get that for you, so that's no problem if we can move on from that question.
All right, so this ministry house, you're saying you are providing residence for people that are in training?
Yes,
Okay.
aspiring ministers.
Is Deborah Frazier one of those people?
No, she lives here, right?
Does she ever stayed there at the ministry house?
She's come by there. The people come by and see each other, and so she don't stay there, no.
She's never spent the night there?
Not that I know of.
Has she ever done any ministry work there?
I'm not sure. I couldn't say.
Who would know that?
Maybe Michelle.
Was Michelle's primary location that she works in Taylor or in St. Louis?
St. Louis.
Okay. So when she's in St. Louis, what facility does she work out of?
Actually, I would like to rephrase that. I think I would say both, because she comes back and forth up here to do, in the offices to do things, but her laptop she uses at her own home.
Okay, and does she have a residence in St. Louis?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you're aware Debbie Frazier frequently goes to St. Louis several times a month?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if it's several times a month.
For several days a month?
Okay.
Would that be more accurate for you?
I'm not sure, but
You
I
don't
do
know?
She comes. I know she comes to St. Louis.
How many days a month would you approximate that she goes there?
I couldn't say.
You have no idea?
I couldn't say accurately, no.
Does she see you when she goes to St. Louis?
No.
She doesn't see you?
No. If she's there, I may be out of town, or if she is there and we see each other, it's briefly. But I don't see her like that, no.
What is your understanding of the work that Deborah Frazier does when she's in St. Louis on your behalf?
Well, like I say, I have executives and administrators administrating their work, and
I have executives and administrators administrating their work. Imagine going into a deposition, right? Anybody's just tuning in, welcome, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am your host, You a Pussy Rich Holmes. And today we're doing the original roast of Apostle David E. Taylor by no other than Colleen Renane. And we're about an hour into it, and it's just starting to get good, man. This is why we're all here. This is why we're all here. We're only a couple days off from the actual anniversary date. I thought it was the 14th for some reason. It's the 12th, so I do apologize for that. We're a couple days off, but it's all right. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. We're still here together, still watching the original roast. And yeah, this is David and the original deposition, man. It does. That's why we're all here, man.
You referred to Michelle as being on a financial board.
yeah, I rephrased that. I said administration. I think that'd be better for you to understand.
All right, so there's 3 people in the financial administration, those 3 people you listed with Michelle?
Yes.
Okay, and you also referred to Michelle as an executive?
Yeah, she's the executive in the ministry.
What does that mean?
Well, she execute all the departments and make sure everything is running smoothly overall in all the countries and the states.
So would she be the person that is supervising Deborah? And Deborah Frazier is an unpaid
Yeah, she's
volunteer.
a volunteer staff. Mm-hmm.
So it would be Michelle that would be able to tell me what exactly Deborah Frazier does when she's in St. Louis?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any plans to hire Deborah Frazier?
Yes, I really do.
And tell me about those.
Well, we...
Hey, he's never hired her, okay? Just keep that in mind. He's never hired Debbie Frazier. She still works for him for free, and she has no money.
More credibility on a massive scale with the bank for the size of the vision, with the bank for the size of the vision we have.
All right, so take me back there for a minute. You're trying to establish more credibility for the bank?
Yes.
What bank?
Do I need to answer that? Or?
If you can.
Well,
yes.
obviously he knows.
Bank of America, and of course, well, that's it, right? That's all you need to know.
No, I asked you if you had any plans to hire Deborah Frazier, and your response was you did.
Yes, we did.
Bank of America.
Well, yeah, I was trying to say that in reference to we're establishing things and growing, and when we are at the size that we can hire more people, she would be one of the ones we would do that for.
All right, so when you say you're growing, how do you count your size? What tool do you use? What variable do you use to demonstrate your size?
Well, it's multiple variables.
Okay.
Variables.
Go ahead and list them all.
Depending on what area. If you're talking about in size to the amount of people we're reaching through television and
well, you
radio.
use that term, you want to grow. So what are you referring to?
Well, I mean, you asking a question that I think you're basically referring to the previous question. So you're talking about growing financially is one thing, growing in size, so it's different multiple variables.
Okay, let's go through them. You go through each variable for me. When you say growing in size, what do you mean?
Well, like I say, that's multiple. Like, it could be people.
Okay, let's start with people.
Yeah.
So how do you count people?
That's hard, other than by television exposure, the amount of responses through that, the amount of countries we are allowed into.
What countries are you in?
Well, through media, we're in 192 countries.
Say, through what?
Through media, we're in 192 countries.
Tell me what that means.
We're reaching 192 countries.
How do you do that?
Through a television network.
Is there a specific network you use?
Yeah, The Way TV out of California.
The Way, W-A-Y?
TV, yeah.
In
and
California?
Also internet, live streaming.
How do you count how many people are doing that?
Well, they have ratings and ways you can figure out
I'm sorry, am I hitting you?
Who comes on.
You have ways to count?
Vaguely, but not quite, not fully. But we can see all the countries who are responding and all the people who are responding from different countries.
And how do you see that?
Through web analysis.
Is there data available?
Yeah, there should be, yeah.
There should be. That's not something you look at?
Oh, yeah, I do look at it.
So there is?
Yeah, it should be.
Should be or there is?
There is.
Okay, so what do you look at to discern how many countries are responding to you?
It's a web analysis they have.
Who's they?
There's a web analysis named Clergy, that's one. Another one is Stat Counter. And I don't think neither one of them is totally accurate. But
and that tells you what information?
I think they're accurate maybe 87, 89%.
With what information?
How the amount of people responding from different countries.
Okay, and what's your understanding the amount of people responding from different countries?
Well, I know it's in over 192 countries.
No, I understand, but we're talking about people, not countries. You said you could tell how many people were responding.
Oh, yeah. That's only through, you can't always gauge by just someone responding, because many people can be looking and they may not ever respond. So I can't really answer that question very accurately.
You said you thought that these web counter things were 87 to 89% accurate. That's
Yeah.
pretty specific. What does that mean then?
Well, I mean, one of them may show that there's lesser amount of people on, and then the other, like one may show there's 8,000 people, the other may show there's 12,000. So I think it could be broke or it's not quite accurate, so.
So tell me if I'm wrong. Does the whole world have 192 countries? Are there more than that exist?
I think there are a few more than that.
2, 3?
I'm sorry, what are you saying?
2 or 3 more? Isn't 192 how many there that exist? So are you saying you just stream TV programs to the whole world?
Not only that, like I said, there's a TV network that is reaching.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying you use a TV network.
And my own personal live streaming. So
What's your personal live streaming?
It's JoshuaMediaMinistries.org on our website.
Say that again?
JoshuaMediaMinistries.org on our website.
Okay, and you're live streaming what?
Services.
To whom? Just on the
Anybody
internet?
who will watch.
And how many? Do you do that daily?
Not daily, no.
How often?
If I have a service in some places that is capable of live streaming like we are here in Taylor.
So you live stream out of Taylor, and where else?
Anywhere they may have T1 line or.
Okay, just give me an example of other places you have done live streaming out of.
St. Louis, if I'm in a church that has the setup for that.
Okay. Where else?
It varies. I can't tell you. It just varies if that pastor or bishop has the setup for that.
Well, just give me an example of a pastor or bishop or a church where you've live streamed out of, other than Taylor.
Where else? It's been so many places. It's just that I let my staff handle that, so I'm trying to. I don't.
Well, don't you go to them?
Oh, I'm there administering, but I can't possibly do everything,
But you said there are so many places
that we have done that.
But you can't give me
past.
Excuse me, let me finish my question. Oh. You said there are so many places, but you can't give me the name of any bishop or church from which you have live streamed. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Okay.
So many places, but you can't give me the name or address of a church or a bishop that you have live streamed from?
I just gave you one, but like I said...
Which one?
I'm not the one in St. Louis, Abundant Life Fellowship.
Okay, other than that...
Okay, but like I say, I travel so much and I don't know all the details. I have a staff to do that. If you want that later, I can give that to you.
You can give me a list of the places you have live streamed.
If that's relevant. Do you think it's relevant?
Yeah, I'm asking the question.
Okay, yeah.
You can provide...
The answer is no, I don't think it's relevant, but you can go ahead and answer the question because I have a standing objection.
But you're going to provide that to me then within the 30 days before the next step?
Yeah, I'll try to get some of those to you.
Okay.
Subject to my objection.
Now, when you are giving speeches or whatever through the internet to an audience, is that an accurate description?
I don't know your terminology.
Use your own then.
Yeah. I think it's teaching and preaching.
Okay, and in this teaching and preaching, are you asking for money?
We do take up an offering, standard offering,
What
like
does that
every
mean,
other
we take
ministry
up
does.
an offering? What does that mean? You're asking for money?
Have you ever been to church?
Are you asking for money?
I'm asking you, have you ever been to church?
You don't get to ask me questions.
Well, I'm
It's a
trying
one-way.
to see.
It doesn't work that way.
You're trying to get an understanding, right? So I'm trying to give you a reference point.
I am
But if you
asking-
don't go to church, it would be no reference point, right?
I am asking
Yeah.
what it means to take up an offering. What does that mean in your terms?
Have you ever been to a Billy Graham crusade?
Sir, you don't ask
I'm just
me
asking.
questions. You don't get to ask me questions.
Well, I mean, are you trying to understand what I'm saying, or
I'm asking you to explain it.
that's what I'm trying to do?
Describe it to the best of your ability.
Okay, so
What does that mean?
It means to have a time where people are able to donate freely to the ministry.
And you ask them to do that. Is that accurate?
Oh yes. Mhm.
Okay, and this would be when you're live streaming in Taylor?
Yes.
Okay. Have you, in this live streaming, publicly indicated that you are trying to get a loan from a bank for JMMI?
Yes.
Okay. And what bank are you referring to?
Well, anyone that will have the right interest rate.
Have you made application?
Yeah.
From what banks?
I can't. I don't know. I can't give you all of them. It's been quite a few. So I have an administrative team who's doing all of that work for me behind the scenes.
Is that the administrative team with Michelle and those two other women?
Yeah, some of them and some others now.
Who signs the loan then? The loan note?
I'm sorry.
Who would sign it if you're... Who makes the application? Let's start with that. Who signs the application?
I'm sure it would be board members. Would that be... Is that understandable?
You don't know who signs the application for a loan?
Board members.
Are you on the board?
Yeah.
Do you sign applications for loans?
When needed. Anything when needed.
Who's on the board?
I have Michelle Brannon.
I'm sorry, say that again. Michelle Brannon.
Brannon.
Spell that
Brannon.
again. B-R...
Brannon. I gave it to you earlier.
I know,
Yeah, you need to. Yeah.
B-R-A.
Same person we've been referring to
Yeah,
throughout this deposition.
you got it.
No, the way he said it, I thought he said Brennan. So it's the same person we've been talking about. I just referred to her as Michelle. I've met her before, but I don't know her last name off the top of my head. Same, the woman that was here today.
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So Michelle Brannon is on the board,
Yes.
and who else?
Ashley Ware.
The same woman you just
Yes.
referenced was on your financial board?
Yes. Marcia. Marcia.
Marcia who?
Her last name is slipping me.
You don't know the last name of a member of your board?
Yes, I do. Marcia Stewart.
Stewart? How do you spell that?
Steward.
And she's on your board of directors?
Yeah.
And who else?
Myself.
So there's 4 members on the board of directors. Answer yes or no.
Yes.
All right, and Michelle Brannon is a paid employee.
Yes.
Ashley Ware, is she compensated?
She's volunteer.
Yeah, and just be clear about this, everybody. LaMarcia in this, she's a real big key. She's a part of this. She has been from day one. She took money and bailed out, man. LaMarcia took money and ran. She took money and dipped out. How much it is, I have no clue, but LaMarcia, she took money and she fucking bailed.
It's not Stewart.
No.
It's not even close, is it?
Nope.
And you're saying that Marcia...
There's word that there's a possible child with him and La Marcia. And we know David, he's a walrus. Like, that's what he does. It's a sex cult. He sleeps with all the women. So it wouldn't surprise me if there is a child out of wedlock with David and La Marcia.
A man, so I think is it a firefighter?
It's just an,
Yeah.
Is he talking about like a firefighter?
You can call it whatever you want it.
Well, I'm not going to call her anything. I'm just trying to make sure we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah, I've already stated that.
Employed by a city to fight
Yes,
fires. Okay. Do you know what city?
St. Louis. Amazing.
In going through the ledger, it appears that there are a lot of checks going to... Is her name... Her first name is Marcia. Or La Marcia. Which is it?
La Marcia.
Right.
Yeah, her name is La Marcia.
So not Marcia.
No, not Marcia, no.
La Marcia?
La Marcia McDonald.
But you pronounced it Marcia.
No, I said Marcia. That's
this
her
time.
nickname.
Is Marcia or Marcia?
Yeah, we don't call her by La Marcia, we call her Marcy. That's
Marcy?
what she goes by, yeah.
Okay, so La Marcia, in looking at your ledger, it looks like there are a lot of checks that are dispersed to La Marcia McDonald.
Are you sure? Because I don't know that. I know she's able to sign checks to take care of bills and stuff like that, but for her to be getting that many checks, I don't think you're reading that accurately.
Who can sign checks?
Board members.
So those three women and you?
The board.
Those three women and you?
Yes, the board.
But that's who we're talking about, those three women.
Yes, I gave it to you.
What is safe savings? Let the road's going.
Safe savings? Are you saying savings? Is that what you refer?
S-A-F-E, savings. S-A-V-I-N-G-S.
The only account that I put money aside for the ministry to save finances, so we don't spend everything.
Is that something that's referred to as safe savings?
Yes, I guess if that's on there, is that on there?
No, I'm asking you, if that's your terminology. Safe savings refers to?
The savings account.
For, and what bank is that in?
It should be Bank of America. Well, we got another bank too.
What's the other one?
Cloverleaf.
Who's that?
It's a smaller bank in Illinois.
What city is that?
Illinois.
What city? That's a state.
You know what? I don't know. I really don't.
How did you end up at Cloverleaf?
Through mutual connections with the VIP.
With the VIP? What does that mean?
Or the VP of the bank. I'm sorry.
What's this person's name?
Honestly, I don't know his name.
Is this somebody that you have mutual connections with?
No, my board has.
Who on your board has a connection with the VP there?
Michelle.
And what do you use that bank for?
We have a secure line of credit with them.
And what's it secured by?
Will you phrase that a little bit more detailed?
You said you had a secured line of credit with that bank, and I'm asking you, what is it secured with?
I mean, with our own cash flow.
That's not what a secured line of credit would mean. It's usually attached to some asset.
No, it's not really. You don't have to have that to have a secure line of credit.
You have not pledged any collateral for this?
That's what I'm saying. Cash is the collateral.
And what cash are you referring to?
Ministry cash to build a relationship with the bank.
So do you deposit savings in this Cloverleaf Bank?
You know, I'm not sure. I have them taking care of a lot of things, so I don't want to give you wrong. Like I said, my financial administration.
All right, there, for example, on July 23rd, 2013, it says monthly safe savings, $3,567. What is that?
That's putting money aside from the account as money flows in to save.
But why is La Marcia McDonald's name referenced?
I don't know. She's the one that takes the money and handles that. She's on the bank card with Bank of America.
On the bank card?
Yeah, with Bank of America.
What do you mean on the bank card?
Well, you know, they give you debit cards, and they also give you, the bank gives you, if you're a signer on the account, you can, you know, you have the power to sign for checks and to do things.
So she has a debit card for the ministry?
A ministry debit card.
Okay, then on August 1st, 2013, it just says La Marcia McDonald, and...
What are you referencing?
The ledgers you gave us.
What page?
8.
Okay, there's a page number on the bottom.
2. It references La Marcia McDonald, $400 on August 1st, 2013. Another August 1st, 2013, $100. Then it says August 2nd, 2013, La Marcia McDonald, Destiny's Hair.
I don't know what that is.
Would that be your daughter, Destiny?
That's her name, but I don't know why is that written like that.
Does the ministry pay for her hair to be done?
No. I pay for all expenses out of my own personal income. So I don't know how that's there. Is that ministry money flow or is that personal?
It says JMMI down at the right-hand corner.
Is that my personal life of income or is it?
It's on the same page as...
So personal savings. So you think personal expenses. All these are personal expenses.
Well, then
this is not ministry.
Okay, on that same page that I'm referencing, page 2.
Okay.
On July 23rd, 2013, it says La Marcia McDonald monthly safe savings, and you testified that was ministry.
I'm sorry, I didn't know exactly what you... Now I have it in front of me. So this...
If you look at page 2.
Yes, I understand.
Okay, and look at an entry July 23rd, 2013.
Yes.
And it says La Marcia McDonald monthly safe savings, $3,567.02.
Yes.
That's ministry, is it not?
No.
Oh, it's not ministry?
No. I thought, I'm sorry, like I said, I didn't know you were coming from this personal document. I thought it was a ministry thing.
Well, isn't that ministry? You just
all of this is personal.
Let me ask you.
It's personal.
Let me ask a question.
Okay. See, I have a savings account for the ministry and one for my personal.
Let me ask the question, okay? I referenced July 23rd, 2013, La Marcia McDonald monthly safe savings.
Yes.
And you testified that that was money from the ministry that went into a savings so you could build up cash. A document that you presented as a ledger that is JMMI in the corner.
Well, let's be clear that the JMMI in the corner was produced by my office. The JMMI was something that we put on there to reference for our retrieval.
Yeah, but this says personal.
Yesterday.
So
now that I know it's personal, now I can address this more accurately I was wrong. I have a ministry account where we save money in our ministry, but I also have a personal account that any money that comes to me, I put aside a certain amount each month.
What do you mean money that comes to you?
Well, I get a salary, and for a while, my salary was bigger, $70,000 a year, but then I cut that in half to about $30,000 to $27,000.
Well, this reference for July 23rd, 2013 that says La Marcia McDonald monthly safe savings.
Yeah, she's over some of my personal affairs and taking things out and adhering to kind of some of the things I want done with my account. So that's what that means. This is not, none of this is ministry. This is all personal.
Then I don't have the ministry's ledger. He's saying this is personal.
Oh, the ministry is in the back. I can see that now.
So you're saying you personally...
These first few pages are personal?
Let me ask you a question. So you're saying that this entry of safe savings that you previously identified as something for the ministry is actually your personal savings?
Yes. Yes, exactly.
And when you say when you come into money, you say you have a salary.
Well, come into money.
That's the that's what a term you use. When I come into money.
No. When I get paid a paycheck.
Okay.
You understand what that means about a paycheck? A paycheck, if I get a salary that's $70,000 a year, then I'm able to take more.
What was your salary in 2013?
I don't know because we made adjustments.
You don't know what you earned in 2013?
Not fully correct, but I can get all of that information for you. It's proprietary, so it's not.
I'm sorry?
I said I can get all that information for you. It's proprietary.
Proprietary? What does that have to do? What do you mean by that?
It's open.
That's not what that word means.
You should know. Well, it don't matter. You know what I mean.
No, I don't. That's what I'm asking you.
You do know what I mean. Because you defined it. So if you know what the sentence means, let's just move on. Let's not be children. I think that you understand what I'm trying to say.
No, I don't, sir.
That everything is, whatever I have, you can have. It's not a problem. About my salary.
Let's proceed with questions and answers.
Okay.
Well, I'm trying to figure out if there are ministry ledgers produced or if it's just all personal.
Well, if you really... I don't think you've really had a chance to look at everything.
No, I have looked at some, but not...
I know. So I can kind of see you're a little off by this because these first few pages is personal and...
I'm sorry?
And then down here is ministry. So it's all together, but there's a part that's personal and a part that's...
can you mark that?
Ministry. So... So you see, it's part personal.
Do you want to see that? It's a W-2.
Players beside Martinez.
Oh. I don't know if I care. Can you identify that document that's marked as Exhibit 2?
Yes.
And what is it?
It's a W-2.
For whom?
Me.
And your name is listed as what?
David Taylor.
And what year is that for?
2013.
And how much is the W-2?
$27K.
27,000 even?
Yes.
Okay, if I may have that.
Mm-hmm.
So is it your testimony that this W-2 that you've identified accurately lists your wages from Joshua Media Ministry?
Yes.
And that's who issued this W-2?
Who issued it? Oh, I'm sorry.
Joshua Media Ministry.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're saying from this $27,000 salary, that reflects your salary?
Yes.
Yep, I think you probably have to.
Yes.
Okay. That these monthly safe savings of...
That every month?
Hold on.
No.
That those savings came from your salary?
Well, it depends on the money flow. Like if my bills are lesser or higher in each month, I have more I can save. So I don't know if you're looking at $35,000 every month. Do it say every month on
Well,
there?
if you look at what I was referring to as page 2.
Okay. 1.
For 2013.
Just from July.
Okay. July 23rd, 2013, where you take out $3,567.02. And that seems like a pretty specific amount. How would that
Yes.
be arrived at?
You know, I'm because she's over that. I
Because
really
she's
don't
over
know.
that?
Yeah, she's over this part of it. I don't know. I see what's being written here, but I really need them to help answer this. You know, for
Do you
me.
have a bank statement that shows where that would have gone into?
Oh yeah, all of this.
Can you-
That's why it's.
Will you produce your bank statements that we asked pursuant to the subpoena?
Of course. That
Okay.
would be great.
Wait a second. Let's be clear. The bank statements you requested were those that reflected monies from Deborah Frazier. Are you asking for something different now?
Well, I'm not sure Mr. Taylor can explain to me if this is ministry money or his personal money. There seems to be some confusion
No,
there.
it's
said
not.
he
This is
can't.
personal. Well, I mean, from what it looks like, but I can't fully answer because I don't have the person who handles all my.
Well, can you talk to her between now and the next
I sure
deposition to
can.
kind
I can do
of refresh
that.
your memory?
And we can answer that for you.
Okay.
I don't understand why that's.
Where are we showing? Is it the new one or- This is in microprint. I'm trying to read something. Look at that page 1 of that document we were reviewing before.
Okay.
You know, I'll just have
Which document?
all this marked so we're clear. This is proposed deposition exhibit 3. It is part of what you handed me as the ledger,
Okay.
and page numbers 1 through 11 that go.
No, David tried to get transplants at one time, but his hair transplants didn't take, man. They didn't take. So yeah, he tried to get hair transplants at one time, everybody, but they failed. You can't. Yeah, that's where. Yeah, Marley used to reign supreme. Yeah, that's my Cash App code if anybody feels like they want to donate a seed. Yeah, but yeah, that's where Marley's. Marley's all, can I please be put back up there? Okay, put me back up there. All right, I reign supreme here, not Cash App. Yeah, but no, don't. They failed. Failures, man. We've seen him have some really bad hair failures, and they've been really cool to watch. Actually, when we watch him real time, dude, it's fucking funny, man. It's some of the funniest shit we've seen. You'll see his hair. It's a comb over and a flop over. It's like, so it comes undone, then it flops back, and it's like, dude, then you have like just a piece of hair standing up on the side. Oh, it's great, dude. It's great. Nah, he tried to take transplants one time, but he failed.
MMI DES payroll, and then it lists your name, and it says $5,000. And then the next page on date July 31st. Let me see. There's a 5,000.
And you guys see this list? This is all transactions right here. Look at this. This is all transactions, bank transactions. That paper that he's holding up, that's bank transactions, everybody. That's what they're looking at. That is a shit ton of transactions, all right? That's a lot of fucking transaction.
Right. Mm-hmm. August 15th.
Okay, I've got to place the same objection on the record that Mr. Jenkins placed earlier. This is clearly your client is in part conducting this deposition, and this is not appropriate.
He's directing me, I'm going to give you an explanation. He's directing me to the microprint that is very difficult to read of the documents that you gave me
whispering the questions in your ear, and you're asking the questions.
No, that's not accurate. He's showing me what line.
I can hear him.
I'll place the same objection. He's directing the deposition. He's directing the questions. He's conducting the inquiry. That's your job.
August 15th, 2013. The line says Joshua Media Ministry, same thing, DES. I don't know what that means. Payroll, David Taylor, and it's another $5,000.
That's David skimming off the top, everybody.
$5,000 for payroll.
Okay.
Now, would you acknowledge that's a payroll payment to you?
Yeah, but some of this, the way they have this factored in here is I get housing allowance under the ministerial thing.
Under the ministerial thing. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, you have to study like church law, tax law, that kind of stuff. But the thing is, at one time, they were just giving me the total payroll check of $5,000, I think, every semi-weekly, and I was paying all the expenses.
So you acknowledge
instead of it just going, instead of the
ministry paying. Let me ask you a question.
Yep.
You were receiving $5,000 in salary checks, it looks like twice a month.
Mm-hmm.
Is that yes?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And as your compensation for Joshua Media Ministries, is that accurate?
Yes.
And yet in that same year, your W-2 shows, what was it, $27,000?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Do you see a discrepancy between?
No.
Objection to the form of the question. He's answering the question to the best of his ability, but he's not a CPA.
I didn't finish the question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see a discrepancy? Question
I didn't
mark.
finish it.
Exactly. Jess, why has he been arrested for embezzlement? Government scared of the headlines going after a church. Why? Votes. Votes. Votes, everybody. What it comes down to at the end of the day, why the government doesn't like touching churches? Votes. Votes, and a lot of them. Always votes. Always votes. Always that number on the ballot, man. How many Christians can I get to vote for me?
Not an accountant. He already testified he's not the financial person.
Votes, everybody. It's all about votes.
JMMI way of accounting. If you have specific questions for the financial team or the CPA, then you can contact them and schedule a deposition. He's answering to the best of his ability.
Okay, he can still answer the question. This is your personal ledger. Is that right, sir?
Yeah, but I'm not.
No,
I'm not
sir.
the
I'm
one
just
who
asking
does it.
you.
Yeah.
Is it your personal ledger?
It is.
Reflecting your finances?
Yes.
That you provided pursuant to the subpoena, pursuant to this deposition, and the court order?
Yes.
Okay, and you're now saying you don't, understand?
Finances.
You don't handle your own finances?
I really don't. I have people who do that for me.
So when you get a salary check, you have no idea anything about it?
I know I've set up a team that does it for me. And so some of these questions I just can't answer because of the way they have it flowing here. I can't.
So will you present Michelle Brannon for deposition so that she can answer these questions more accurately?
What do you feel?
Well, you're the lawyer. If you want to subpoena her for deposition.
I'm asking if he's willing to produce her.
What do you feel?
If you properly subpoena her and serve her with a notice.
So you're not going to produce her voluntarily?
Oh.
That's the question. You're going to produce her voluntarily so that she can answer these questions?
We can discuss this off the record.
I'm going to show you what's marked as deposition exhibit number 4, which is the 990 form from the Department of Treasury for the return of an organization exempt from income tax, which your attorney presented to me today. Can you identify that? Well,
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Can you identify that as the return for JMMI?
Yes.
All right, and it's right there. On page 11 of this tax return, can you read line 1 across, please?
Yes.
You want this?
100.
No, read what it says across the whole line.
Oh, David E. Taylor, CEO.
Okay, and then what's the next?
$40, right? Or 40, yeah, $40.
That's okay. Read what's above it, and then what?
Oh, okay. All right. Average hours per week. List any hours for related organizations below dotted line.
And what does it say below that?
40 hours or 40.
Okay. Representing or referring to 40 hours?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. And what's the next block?
Position. Do not check more than one box unless person is both an officer and a director trustee.
And what's listed below that?
Individual trustee or director, officer, key employee.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
What I want you to do is to indicate where it's marked by an X as being applicable to you.
Okay. Yeah, so X in individual trustee or director, key employee, and highest compensated employee.
Okay. And then under subdivision D, tell me what that says and what's reported for you.
Reportable compensation for the organization, $916.
So JMMI Ministries reported your income on their tax return as $119,000.
I can't answer accurately about this, but I do know that all of this is not just personal income. It's allowances that go to other things. So they were at first giving me money, but we were paying all what the ministry was supposed to pay under that code of ministry standards. So I think our CPAs taught them a more accurate way to do it. And so I think there was some kind of change. So I don't know. I can't accurately speak, but I think you would need to talk to my family written down. So
I thought you just said that there were changes and it doesn't really reflect it.
No, there were changes, but I can't tell you all those things. So it would be better for you to try to, better
get that. You're the CEO of the ministry.
Yes, I am.
Who signs the tax return?
Well, the tax returns.
Right.
What tax returns?
That tax return. Who signs it?
This is why churches need to be fucking audited, because, I don't know if I signed my own tax return. Well, you know what? If I tell the IRS, I don't know who signed my tax return, be like, excuse me, Mr. Holmes, can you please tell us who's on your tax return? Be like, yeah, fuck you guys. I don't tell you shit about my tax return. IRS would be like, okay, Mr. Holmes, we're going to take your house from you, okay? And we're going to take your dog, we're going to take your shoes, we're going to take your car, take your clothes. You know what? We're just going to take your whole fucking life. Have a nice life. Here, fucking, here's a penny for your thought.
Who would
because
that be?
The board, I don't know. I can't tell you. We have more than one board person.
All right, so you're saying that you don't think that one's accurate then because it reports $119,000 and that you think they redid it.
I didn't say it was not accurate. I just said I can't give you accurate information, and instead of in front of to just let you know I don't know because I have other people doing this for me. So the way they may be doing this may be, it's all legitimate, but the way they have it set up is the way they are doing it the best of their ability. So
returns were who they were signed by and if they were actually submitted, because his testimony would seem to be that some of this was corrected and none of it are signed, and he can't tell me who signed it. So I have no idea if it's the tax return or a draft.
Yeah.
So can we get a tax return that he will be able to state under oath is the tax return that was filed?
He or somebody in his organization, yes.
Okay, so I'll be able to get, well, I'm sure he can, as the CEO.
Again, it's the deposition where you ask the deponent questions. If you want to have discussions about...
No, I'm asking you on the record, because the documents that you presented...
I'm not going to commit to anything on the record. We can discuss this off the record, and I will get you what is reasonably required.
Okay, this was provided by court order and subpoena that I was to get it. And the problem is his testimony is indicating that he can't substantiate. I'm going to finish my sentence. I am going to finish my sentence before you interrupt.
It was provided by other people at JMMI.
That's fine. So I am asking him, in compliance with the court order and the subpoena, and you as his attorney, will you provide me with a tax return that should have been provided today that he can attest is the actual one that was submitted? Can you do that?
And I'm telling you, we will provide you with a document. This is probably the one that was, most likely the one that was filed. Well, he doesn't have personal knowledge of it.
Well,
all that means is that you have the wrong deponent.
No, it does not, because he was asked as CEO of JMMI to produce these documents pursuant to court order. And the court order says he is to bring them. And he can't tell me that he brought the right stuff.
I'm going to go ahead and just knock a pause there. Imagine being court ordered, right? Imagine being court ordered and then pretty much telling the courts, fuck you, I don't have to abide by the court order. That's exactly what's happened here in every case that David's ever been in. Hey, he's been ordered multiple times over and over again to provide financial documents in multiple cases, and he has pretty much said, fuck you, we don't have to. Every single time. Every time. No documents. You know why? Because they don't exist. And if they did exist, it would show that they're laundering the fucking money. That's why the documents don't exist.
You're going to give me the right information.
Okay. We'll have this discussion off the record.
No, I want to have it now. I want to know. I don't want to have to file a motion and have you...
We'll have this discussion off the record.
You're his attorney. Are you going to provide me what was supposed to be provided pursuant to the subpoena? Yes or no? It's real simple.
Do you want to continue asking the deponent questions, or are you going to ask me questions?
Yeah, I want an answer to that one. Are you saying you won't tell me that whether or not you'll provide it?
I'm telling you.
Just yes or no? Are you telling me you're not going to do it?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh yeah, I'm going to go there. Excuse me, my throat's giving out. Yeah, the exhibits I need back.
Okay.
That's mine.
Oh, this. Okay.
This way.
I think that's ours if I wrote on it. Can I see?
No,
that's
yours.
Pretty clear here what the disconnect is, right? You see the difference between us and them? It's real clear.
Oh, this is yours here?
It's real clear how everybody's treated.
No, it has no duplicate.
Yeah.
All right, so what is your salary at JMMI now?
I don't know.
From what you
I
know?
don't remember.
Yeah,
what the fuck my
think
salary
it's around 27 to 30,000, something like that.
And what expenses are you saying that JMMI pays on your behalf?
Well, it's the expenses under the law for clergy.
So what are they?
I don't know. You have to go research that. I can't tell you.
No.
I don't know everything.
There is no research I can do that'll tell me what JMMI is paying for you.
Well, what I'm saying is we abide by those laws, so that's where it would be. So
No, it's, sir.
I'm just saying I can't tell you. I don't know.
You have no idea what expenses JMMI
I know a
pays for you.
housing allowance.
How much is that?
I'm not sure. Don't know.
What other allowance?
There's, I don't want to misstate, so I don't know. I'd rather for someone who's professional.
Well, no, I'm asking about your.
Let's be clear. This asshole knows how much money he makes.
Ministry stuff.
Let
He knows
me
exactly
finish.
how much.
No, don't interrupt. Let me finish the question.
Okay.
I'm asking what personal allowances JMM Ministry provides you, or stipends for housing or automobile or whatever. What do they provide you?
You know, I know there are many allowances, but one that I can say is housing allowance. But in order for you to get the accurate names for what they allow, you have to talk to a professional, because I don't want to give you misinformation.
No, I'm not asking in theory what is possible. I'm asking what actually JMMI provides to you.
Objection, asked and answered, and he said he doesn't know.
It's non-responsive.
I just don't know. I'm just telling you the
Okay,
truth.
well, that's an answer, but that's not what you told me before. Do you know if they pay any of your auto expenses?
He does.
Yes,
Yes.
the cars are in the name.
I think that he gets money from drugs and prostitution and human trafficking, man.
That is not
Human trafficking and prostitution. That's where it's coming from.
my own car.
What's
out of
your
my
car?
own Range Rover.
And is that leased, owned?
It's leased. I mean, it's not leased, but it's I bought it too.
He gets cash under the table from Mahesh Express, my friend, right? Down there in Houston, Texas, he gets the Lotus in Crab Special. 2 for 1, my friend, right? You go down there, you get yum yum, and you get a bed full of crabs, right, from the Maheshi Express.
No.
And is that what you drive in St. Louis?
Yes.
Who drives the Bentley?
My driver.
My driver.
Who's your driver?
I have a number of drivers. So you would say James or Cliff. And they're responsible for picking up our guests in those cars that fly in for meetings and things like that.
And the same thing with the 2007 Mercedes-Benz?
Yes.
Right.
2008 BMW?
Right.
Yes.
The Maheshi Expressi.
Are those owned outright or subject to any kind of loan?
They're owned.
Outright? There's no loan on those?
No.
Okay. When you come to Michigan, do you generally fly here?
Yes.
And who picks you up from the airport?
It varies, different staff. So it could be anyone.
This guy thinks he's so important that he's got to get picked up from the fucking airport.
Ever picked you up from the airport?
No.
Exactly. He thinks he's a president. He does. Don't
Have
lie
you ever
on
been
God.
driven around in Mrs. Fraser's car when you've been in Michigan?
He thinks he's the president, man.
No, I rent a car when I'm here.
You've never been driven around in Mrs. Fraser's car?
I don't think I have, not that I can recall. I usually rent my own vehicles here or have my own vehicles driven up here.
From where?
From Missouri.
For the weekend?
15 days. But because it's so much wear and tear,
This dude's living the baller life, and guess what? He's not a baller.
provides a rental car for me.
That's the thing. Just be real quick here. All right, David's living the baller shot caller life, and he ain't a baller shot caller. Okay, you're right. He wants to be a baller. He is outballed his own life basically. He thought he was this big baller, right? Don't lie on God. But dude, he's basically outballed himself. Like he has no money. He's broke as fuck, man. He's multiple lawsuits. It gets
Being
so bad.
driven
Dude.
around
Really?
Can't even think about.
in Mrs. Fraser's car with her license plate,
Okay.
specifically in Taylor. You arrived in that car
Okay.
at one of your events there. Do you not recall that?
Nation argumentative.
I thought it was a rental car because we rent cars all the time, rent SUVs, so it probably could have been our car. I don't know. I don't know all the details that go on when they pick me up in what car or what. That's not something I detail.
So you don't know whose car it is that you're being driven?
Objection, asked and answered. Now you're being argumentative. He answered the question and said he didn't know.
You don't know what person's car you're being driven
you're being
in.
argumentative.
Asked and answered.
That's fine, but you can still
It's
answer.
so argumentative.
Rental cars, that's what we get, rental SUVs, rental most of the time. I mean, when I'm up here, all the time actually, from what I know. So if I was driven in a car, I wasn't paying attention to that. It wasn't like, oh, this is her car, because we have our own rental things here.
Oh, who knows, Uncle Jake?
Debbie Frazier's residence.
No.
Do you know where?
There's so much money being skimmed off the top of these organizations, man. I don't think anybody honestly knows at this point. I don't even think the IRS has a hold on it. It's probably spiraled so far out of control they don't even know what to do with it. They're like, well, fuck, where do we start? Well, start somewhere. Start with this piece of shit.
Mrs. Frazier's residence.
Yeah.
You learn from one place and you move to the next. That's what the IRS needs to do.
I can't tell you.
Somebody used flock today.
Not on the record.
No.
I took note of that. All right, so you know that there have been other staff or flock members.
They fellowship with each other, yeah.
Okay, so tell me what you know about that.
That's all I know, that they just know each other.
Okay, what do you know about that?
That's all I know. That
What do you know? Tell me what does that mean?
That
Fellowship with
like
each
a
other.
normal person meet up and they go out to eat, or like with the staff. I mean, that's all I know.
Well, I was talking about Mrs. Frazier's house, and you said you were aware that staff members
Have visited and been there, yes.
Okay, have they spent the night to your knowledge?
I think they have. I mean, from what I've known, they have spent the night, but I don't know the extent. You know, I'm not into all that.
Has Michelle spent the night there?
Not that I know of. She used to stay in a hotel, from what I know.
When she comes to Michigan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, next time I'm in Houston, I'm going to scope the place out. I think they're getting ready to abandon ship. Like, we were talking about that. We had put that out there about a month ago, that they're going to abandon ship on the hotel, and it's a good possibility, man. It got too hot in Houston, man.
Who specifically has gone there?
They're like, hey, come to Houston, we'll get free Chinese food.
No, I can't say.
I went to the campus for the harvest, and guess what? I got free Chinese food. I got free Chinese takeout. Oh my God, it was so amazing.
I think more of my staff would know that information. I just know I've heard that people have.
What's your understanding of how many people would go there to her house?
Maybe one.
Two.
Pardon me?
Maybe one or two. From what I know, have visited.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Maybe one or two have visited, or some.
Do you know how many occasions?
No,
Objection.
I don't know.
He's asked and answered these questions. He doesn't
don't know.
No, he hasn't answered them.
I don't.
He has no personal.
Do you know if anybody from your ministry who volunteer, paid, board, flock members, whoever, any of those
Flock
folks
members.
have ever spent the night at Mrs. Frazier's residence?
Not that I know.
members.
I don't know anybody personally. I mean, my staff would know more about that.
So you just don't have knowledge of that?
No, I've never been to her house. I don't make it my business to go to places like that. And be involved personally.
This piece of shit's involved personally, trust me. If he wasn't involved personally, he wouldn't have been sitting in this damn deposition.
Educational background.
A bachelor's degree.
Hold on, let's.
Associate's bachelor.
Okay, high school from where?
He was trying to say he had a bachelor's degree.
At high school in Memphis, Tennessee.
Southside High
High.
School, Memphis, Tennessee.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Is that where you grew up?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fixing his wig.
And next,
And Johnson and Wells
John, I need to
University,
fix my wig,
Culinary
everybody.
Arts.
hold on,
Johnson and Wells University, Culinary Arts.
Where was that?
In South Carolina, a remote base.
And what year was that?
1992. Yeah, 92.
Were you?
Yeah, from 91 till 90, from 90 to 92.
That's when you went to school there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you receive any kind of degree, certificate? What would it be?
Associate's degree in culinary arts.
And did you work in that capacity?
Yes.
Anywhere? And where did you work?
You know what, Jess? For at one point, he was trying to open up like these treatment centers. Yeah. And we caught on to that. He was trying to say he could take in like drug addicts and trafficking survivors and shit, because what you can do with that is claim insurance, right? Wherever money is, David's going to be. And wherever donuts are, David's going to be.
I was 16 till 92, 91, something like that.
I thought you said you got your degree there in 92.
A little, but that's when I went.
And look at how shiny his fucking forehead is, man. Look at it. Look at that, man. You could use that shit as a fucking bat signal. All you need to do is grow a fucking patch of hair that looks like the Batman, man. You just use that shit. Boom, signal Batman. Oh, fuck the bat light. I'm doing fucking David's head, man. Look at this shit's so bright, dude.
Well, I mean, full-time means you give up your career to serve the Lord and to preach the gospel around the world.
And okay, we go off the record for a second.
Oh, the record at 5:24.
Sorry.
We are back on the record at 5:37.
Continuing.
David's, I need to change my pad real quick, everybody.
Who is Zoya? I'm not sure if it's Garcia or Garrica.
There was someone who worked for the ministry at one time.
Somebody who what?
Worked voluntarily for the ministry.
Is she still volunteer?
No.
From what time frame did she?
11 to the beginning.
Okay. Do you have a child with her?
No.
No child with her?
No.
Did you have a relationship with her that was physical, sexual?
No.
Objection, relevance.
Okay, that's fine.
Right.
But you had no physical or sexual relationship with her?
No, that's prejudice as well.
No.
Pardon me?
What did you say?
I can't hear him because I keep hearing.
I said no.
Okay.
Because you keep hearing objections.
Yeah.
But he keeps talking, so I can't hear
So
both.
I place an objection on the
So
record.
don't
Stop
say
talking.
no. Okay.
Do you pay child support to a Diana Dean or Diana, she might go by two different names, Kershane, if I'm pronouncing it right, Courchaine?
No.
Objection, relevance, prejudice.
No?
Nope.
Someone by the last name of Dorsey, Ildiko, Dorsey, do you know that person?
Yes.
And who was that?
She worked in the ministry years ago.
What time frame would you say?
In 1997 to 2003, something like that.
Okay, did she buy you a Mercedes-Benz?
Yeah, this motherfucker lying like a fucking rug, man. He's lying like a motherfucking rug, dude. You can't even lie. The type of rug he is, it's like he's the shit underneath the rug, right? He's like the filth underneath the rug that's lying underneath like the carpet fibers and shit, like all the sand. You ever watch those like rug restoration commercial like videos? That's what he is. He's all that dirty shit that comes out from underneath the rug.
Abusive
He
process.
Have you
can't
ever
fucking lie
had
like
a
a rug.
physical or sexual relationship with Debbie Frazier?
Objection.
Yeah, he has.
Can I answer?
Sure.
Of course not.
Bullshit. Sick fuck this guy.
It's so horrible.
He's already been done. It's already
You
done.
refer to seeing Jesus face to face.
My favorite part.
Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, and what does that mean?
Yes.
Same objection.
Fucking weirdo.
What do I do?
Yep.
I'd love to answer that
I'd
one.
love to answer that one for you. Look at this evil little prick. Look at this evil little son of a bitch. He's all, I'd love to answer that for you. Yes. You see him, yes. Like he's fucking, like he just fucking, somebody threw him a cheeseburger. He's like, yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
He's all, yes. Fucking weirdo.
Refer to seeing Jesus face to face. Is that true?
Yes.
Look at him. Look at him.
Do you refer to seeing Jesus face to face? Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, and what does that mean? Jesus face to face? Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, and what does that mean?
Same objection.
What do I do?
Yeah.
I'd love to answer that one. Well, I mean, he appeared to me in a dream like he's done people in
What's really bitching about this, he set himself up.
the Bible, and he changed my life.
And when was that?
When I was 17 years old.
Okay, and has he appeared since?
Yes.
And when would that be?
Oh, I can't tell you. It's just been different years, times.
Fucking remember. I've seen Jesus millions of times, but I don't remember when, everybody.
Can you give me an approximation of how many times you've seen
It's been
Jesus face
thousands
to
of
face?
times. It's thousands and thousands.
It's just been, what, do I need to answer that?
Same objection.
You can still answer.
Yeah, he opened himself up to the
Do I
question.
need to? Or
Yeah.
just,
Yeah, answer.
Well,
You opened
it's
yourself
just
up.
been
You said you wanted to tell
more
her.
than once or twice, 3 times.
Fucking tell her,
It's been
bitch.
multiple times.
Fucking pansy ass little
Okay, just as an
slobby fucking
approximation.
walking walrus
If
piece
you
of
said this
shit.
started when you were 17,
Yeah, I just rather not answer by numbers because I don't.
I don't want to tell you, but hey, I just told you I wanted to answer. I
you
just
don't know
don't
how
know,
many
though.
times you've seen Jesus.
Thousands of
I
times.
can't
keep
put an
track?
exact count.
Thousands of times, everybody, but I don't know when.
Did you write a book about this?
Yes.
Okay, and did you say in the book that you had seen him 1,000 times?
No, I actually said I've seen him over 1,000 times in
Over
a 20-year period.
But I don't know when,
so
everybody.
I don't
you were
have a
saying
count.
once or twice. It's really more like over 1,000 times.
In the book, yes.
man.
You said
I've
that in the
said
book. Okay, but is that true?
It is true.
Your position is you have seen Jesus face to face over 1,000 times.
Yes.
Okay, what does it mean to see him face to face? That's a term you use, isn't it?
Yes.
Same objection.
Okay. What does that mean to you?
Well, I mean, like you and I are seeing each other face to face right now. It's an appearance. The Bible calls it an appearance.
So he physically appeared to you? You have to answer out loud.
Yes.
So you said when you were 17, he appeared in a dream.
Yes.
You were asleep?
Yes.
Okay, so are you counting that as a face-to-face appearance?
Yes. That's what the Bible calls it.
That's what the Bible
Well, but you
calls it.
referred to you and I sitting here, and that was face-to-face. So I'm kind of confused by your answer. If you mean while sleeping, you may have had a dream about Jesus,
Scratching his
or
bald
if actually
spot.
you're saying that, like you and I are here, you've seen him face-to-face.
Well, the Bible records he does it in both ways.
No,
in the
I'm asking
dream.
you,
That's
your
what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you.
I'm just asking your experience.
I'm telling you, I will not give you an answer if you cut me off. Now, I'm telling you that he's
if you
appeared to
cut
me
me
in
off,
a
I'm not gonna
dream.
answer you.
The Bible is clear that he can do it in a dream,
Scrub, dude.
or like he did to Paul, physically on the road to Damascus, and I've had both.
On the road to Damascus, everybody.
How many times
okay?
did you say it was in a dream?
Many times.
Many times in a dream?
Yeah. Should I answer
Right,
that?
no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a standing objection to relevance.
You don't. I take it you're going to object to everything, so I just note that. You don't have to.
No, I'm objecting to relevance of prejudice on this line of question.
Right.
Right.
All right, so
He knows
the
the fucking
face-to-face where you have physically had Jesus appear to you, not in a dreamlike state,
Right.
but physically.
Right.
When was the last time that happened?
Same objection.
Should I?
Yes. Best to your ability.
I think that the last physical time was in 2011 or 010
Oh,
when I was
10.
fasting.
My parents, Daniela says, my parents would tell me to get a better
What's
job.
that?
Take that
Oh,
shit
it was in a
outside, boy.
church.
Go
Right,
fucking
where
play.
is that?
Got no
Up
fucking
north.
friend.
Up
Play.
north?
Port Huron.
In what church?
A church called New Covenant.
And who was there with you?
It's funny, right?
No
Don't
one
lie.
was there.
You
I
by
was there by
yourself?
myself.
Still thinks he's
Yes.
Paul and shit.
And what time
Road to
of day or
Damascus,
evening
yeah.
was it?
It was more.
I'll bet when David wanks, he wanks with the like crusty glaze from the bottom of the fucking Krispy Kreme box. He waits till all the glaze falls off, like the flaky shit. And that's what he uses for his wink time.
I have relationships up there with churches.
He's not, hey everybody,
And
I
that
don't need
church
lube.
is,
I just use the
very
Krusty Flakes
close
from the
in
fucking
our
Krispy Kreme box,
organization,
okay?
so.
So explain to me what happened
Sorry.
in that occasion.
Do I need to?
Fucking dirty
With the
bastard.
objection,
Fucking
you have to
scrub.
answer the question to the best of your ability.
Okay.
Wait,
Oh.
this guy thinks he's Apostle Paul on the road to Damascus.
He just appeared to me like he did Paul on the road to Damascus and told me what he wanted me to do.
So he
Told me what he
physically
wanted me to
appeared to you like your attorney sitting across from you, a physical embodiment of Jesus.
Yes.
That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, and you are liking yourself like to Paul the Apostle?
Not liking myself. No, I just saying
sorta,
those
kinda.
experiences happen.
But you keep representing or referencing,
I'm trying to give you a reference point so you can understand what I'm saying.
tell me what specifically in the Bible refers to Jesus appearing face to face in a dream.
Paul had night visions. Although he saw the Lord
Felt
physically,
night.
he also talked about how the Lord appeared to him at night in a dream in Acts. Solomon had an appearance
But
from the Lord.
can you give me a site for it, like where in the Bible, not just the story, but exactly where it is?
Yeah, Solomon in 1 Kings 3 and 5 had a dream appearance from the Lord. Well, that wasn't Jesus, that was God.
Dude's in a deposition trying to sell his cult to this lawyer, man.
Just him.
Trying to sound like he's smarter than everybody in the room.
To
It's
ask what he wanted,
ridiculous,
and he
man.
asked for wisdom, which
That's why we're here,
is a
David.
very known story. And that was in a dream, and he awoke, and he became the wisest man in the world from an appearance in a dream.
Okay, any other sites you can give me about dreamlike states that are
Abraham.
he's visited in?
Abraham.
There was a dream?
Yeah, he appeared to Abraham in a dream.
Objection to relevance. What, is this a test?
And this is,
I know your objection.
no, but I'm going to state objection too. This is,
That's fine.
you are asking about a man's personal faith.
Yes.
You know, and his personal religion in a case that is started out as a parenting time issue and suspension of parenting time. To me, this is an abusive process.
And
Okay.
It's
he's not
clearly
a
an
party.
abusive process. It's designed to.
Hold on. David opened himself up to the questioning when he said he wanted to answer the question. So no, it's not an abusive process. Hey, you opened yourself up to the questioning. I'm going to keep digging.
Where somebody is crossing the line and utilizing the litigation process for ulterior motives, this is what's going on right now.
Are you testifying or objecting?
I'm objecting, and I'm stating it on the record.
Strong objection.
Do you have
And look at him sit
appearance
there
in
and
this
nod his
file?
head like an arrogant little fucking prick.
I referenced what I was in the beginning.
I understand that.
All right,
But
so
you're not a
back to
party
the,
and you don't have an
let's be
appearance.
productive.
Asking if you're making, like you asked, you're making an objection.
Let's
No, let me
be
sip my
productive.
water
It's a
here.
courtesy.
Take a little
It's
sip
not.
of water.
Thank you, John.
You're not permitted on the record.
Well,
Thank you.
I want to use the time
prick.
productively.
A little
and
fucking
that was
fat,
a
slobby
pretty
piece of
long-winded
shit,
objection
fucking
that went on
troll-looking
beyond an
motherfucker. Look at
objection.
him.
So let's
Sitting
go
there like
back.
he's the smartest piece of shit
This-
in the room.
So you're saying Abraham saw Jesus face to face, but it was a dream.
He saw, he had a visitation from God in a dream.
Yes, David has
and
written
Not
books.
He saw
Jesus.
Jesus
horrible.
face to face
They're
in the
trash,
physical.
man.
Okay, and what is the biblical site for that?
It's in Genesis. I can't give you the exact chapter, but it's it was the chapter right before Sodom and Gomorrah.
Is your ministry biblically based?
Yeah. Of course. I'm quoting scriptures showing you.
Not
what it is.
exactly.
I am.
Those
You
are
just don't
quotes.
know the scriptures. If you knew the scriptures, you would know what I'm saying is in the Bible is true. You don't know them.
You don't know what I know.
You couldn't. You would tell me where they
Know
are.
what I know.
You
It's
couldn't.
not for me to testify, it's for you.
Okay, it's fine.
How many times would you say in the last year, in the year 2008?
Same objection.
Do I need to?
Asked and answered. He said the last time he saw him was in 2010 in Port Huron at New Covenant Church in Port Huron while he was fasting and praying.
This is just, that was
was
the
the last
foundation.
Love the
physical
smell of
appearance.
napalm in the morning.
So that's the last time you saw him. What was the time before that you saw him?
Same objection. Relevance.
Same objection.
Do I need to
Gentlemen,
ask?
it's just interrupting. I understand you're going to object
Do I
to
need to
every
ask?
single thing I ask, so let's just keep the flow
just
going.
interrupting
If you want to
the
get out of
Probative
here.
value is substantially outweighed by the prejudicial effect.
That's fine. I get it, you're going to object to everything for every reason you can think of. Let's just keep this
No,
going.
we haven't been objecting until
When,
now.
no, there's a standing objection, which is fine.
I have a standing objection.
Right. So, when did you see Jesus face to face before the Port Huron place?
Horse, Jess. Oh, yeah. Love the smell of napalm in the morning. Napalm is a wonderful tool.
207.
And where was that?
Hit that like and subscribe, man.
What do you mean?
Get
what,
this video
Where
deep,
did you
deep,
see
deep, deep,
Jesus?
deep
what,
into the
city
algorithm.
or-
Right.
I was asleep in a dream.
I was
So there
asleep
was
in a dream, so I saw God.
And where were you sleeping?
Oh shit, I saw God, everybody, in a
in
dream when I was
St.
sleeping.
Louis.
Oh my
You're
God,
right,
holy
you're-
shit.
Okay.
David E. Taylor is the only
what
person
was
it's ever
that
happened to.
experience like?
Well, he just
Well,
basically appeared to me to share with me something that he wanted me to say
I know.
to somebody.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
He basically appeared to me to share what he wanted me to say to somebody.
to somebody.
Oh, okay, can you tell me what that is?
It's private. It's priestly.
It's private.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
private.
It's not priestly when you have a dream.
It's so priestly,
There's no
even though I'm not a
no
priest.
privilege on that.
You don't know the word.
There's a privilege on priests being required and compelled to testify about
Exactly.
what they say to parishioners.
In a dream?
No, he said, what?
I asked what he said in a dream.
Exactly.
This is real. I'm going to reinforce
I
the
can't
objection.
say
I mean,
that.
this,
That's fine.
glad there's a
proprietary.
record.
It's not proprietary.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. I'm asking you what Jesus said to you in the dream.
I can't tell you.
Fucking grimace right here.
That-
Look at
You
You
don't
know,
have to
it's
tell me.
fucking
throw him a
You don't
hamburger,
have to
maybe
name
he'll
the
get a
person
straight
or name by a
answer.
first name and no other
It's
name.
private. I just, it's
Private between who?
under oath.
Hey, let's get,
Objection, he's claiming the privilege
There is
between
a privilege.
clergy and parishioner.
you're objecting to his term of calling himself a priest?
He's,
Well, are you
What are you
referring to a
objecting
to?
Catholic
Clergy.
priest? Because I'm not referring
What
to
are
not
you
a
Catholic.
Catholic, he's not a Catholic priest, but he's clergy.
The Bible says we're
He's
kings
objecting
and
to
priests.
privilege.
Get everything. I
I don't
can't.
blame him.
He's a minister.
Oh, well, let's go back to the culinary school.
Go back to the culinary school, Mr. Taylor.
What educational endeavors did you have after the culinary school?
Say that again.
What other educational endeavors have you had since culinary school, which I think you said was in 99 through 92? Where else did you go to school?
Nowhere. I've just been full time.
So you have not had any theological training at all?
Oh, I have.
Okay, so did you go to
But
school somewhere?
Not to a university for that. I sat under other pastors and leaders.
Did you go to any certified
No,
school,
no,
seminary,
no,
theological institution?
no.
No, why
So you have no credentials that are recognized?
Oh, I have credentials that are
Why
recognized.
would he do
Let me
that?
finish. No credentials that are recognized that say you're a priest, which is what you said you were.
Not a Catholic priest.
I didn't
Not-
say Catholic, and neither did you. You said you referred to yourself as a priest.
Well, that's what the Bible called ministers of the New Testament. We're a priest. You couldn't. You know that
Asha.
because you don't read the Bible. You don't understand. Or don't understand
Can
it.
you please have your?
We'll proceed with questions and answers.
Okay.
What a
So
piece
you
of shit.
have no certificate saying that you're a minister?
So you wouldn't know because you don't read the Bible.
What certificate?
I was licensed in my teenage years in the Baptist church and also in the Church of God in Christ. So I do have license and also have a doctorate of divinity given to me by Life University.
Life
It's a,
University. There
very
it is.
prestigious.
So prestigious.
theological,
Stop.
seminary.
A
Because
doctorate of, hold on, let me see. A doctorate of divinity by
Life
Life.
University.
And where is Life University?
It's in Texas.
And did you attend that school?
No.
So
I got
is
an
it
honorary.
honorary? Okay.
Yeah, from my years of
Honorary,
experience.
'cause it's
All
so
right, so you never
experienced.
attended Life University?
No.
Okay. And you can't tell me any other theological institution, seminary, or the like that you've received
David
a
does it
degree
all.
from?
Neither can Peter or the other apostles.
That's what we're going to start calling him. David does it all. David do it all.
Theological
Do it all,
school.
David.
But I'm just saying,
We're talking about those back when Christ was?
yes, because you
Oh.
know Paul went, so there was theological schools back then, but
Do it all, David E.
Christ
Taylor.
didn't necessarily take his apostles through that kind of.
When did you start calling yourself the apostle?
Oh, I don't think it's the apostle. I don't say the apostle like you're trying to make it sound. It's just an office like a pastor.
It's an
or
office?
evangelist, like a pastor, evangelist. Do you read the Bible? I mean,
Do you want to correct him on
I'm
his
asking.
interrogation of
Because,
you?
I mean, you can't understand me if you don't have any point of reference.
So
Look it
you're
up,
saying
Jess.
that there is
Look
an
it up,
office
man. It's
that's
funny.
referred to as
Fucking
the
funny.
or as
Have you ever
an
heard
apostle?
of a pastor? Are you familiar with pastor? Because an apostle is a pastor. I'm trying to answer
Could
your
you
question.
please?
Just proceed with questions
Okay.
and answers.
Okay.
And I'm going to object
Listen
to
to
the
him.
form of
Listen
your
to this piece of
question.
shit.
It's argumentative.
Yes.
He's trying to
Yes.
explain that an apostle is
argumentative.
similar to pastors, similar to ministers, similar to
I think you're
priests.
testifying, but that would be, let me get it from your client.
Well, you've asked him several times and
You
you're not
keep
getting
cutting
it.
me off. Yeah. Yeah. If you don't
Okay.
study, you can't.
Apostle,
To answer
Okay.
questions.
Fat fucking
And now
piece
we're
of shit.
relying on the internet for your questioning.
is the Life University from which you got your honorary doctorate, does it still exist?
Yeah.
What year did you get this honorary doctorate?
Useless.
Actually, they just presented it to me this year.
Useless doctor.
2014?
Fucking
Do you
stupid.
have a copy of that?
I can get a copy if that's what you need.
And you're sure it's called Life University?
I could be off on the few names.
The place that gave you an honorary doctorate, you can't recall the name?
Yeah, that's human error. Human error.
Because he's a fucking cyborg, everybody.
All right, so
All right, that was a human error because David's a cyborg.
you refer to yourself with what kinds of titles besides apostle?
Evangelist. I mean, we can just drop the apostle, just evangelist or pastor. It's fine.
And what a pastor usually refers to a church that you or which you're a pastor. Where would that be?
Well, I mean, I shepherd leaders and other pastors, so I train them.
But if you look up pastor, it refers to being a pastor over a church, a specific place.
Yes, so I would be more of a bishop. Or,
Dude, I remember the elementary school I fucking went to when I was a kid in fucking California growing up, dude. I don't know if this guy's, I don't remember. I don't know, let's go. I don't know
Who
who
made
gave
you
it
a
to me.
bishop?
well, first of all, God did.
So that's through
Look at
God.
this lawyer.
That's not through any
God did it.
religious organization.
Yes, I have many organizations that acknowledge me as that, so
No, usually when somebody is a bishop,
they go through a ceremony, I know.
there's a ceremony, there's a specific church or religion or denomination.
Yes,
Do any of those apply to you?
yes.
Okay, what denomination?
Church of God in Christ.
Church of God
In Christ.
and where is that?
I mean, it's the biggest Pentecostal black movement, black Pentecostal.
And they're saying, and you're saying they made you a bishop?
No, they acknowledge me as a bishop.
Okay, I'm not talking about who acknowledges you as a bishop.
Okay.
I'm talking about, is there anything other than you decided to call yourself a bishop that made you a bishop?
Other than, you know, the Lord commissioning me to do what I'm doing, then
Okay, so you and the Lord applied the name bishop to you, but you don't have any other recognized.
well, I would rather
Let me
not
finish.
use bishop.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you
would
said that's what I should use.
I go by more of Apostle Taylor, so
As I said, drop the apostle. Now
Well,
you're
so
confusing
you
me.
can understand, I'm trying to simplify things for you.
Not really.
But you don't.
But you decided to call yourself apostle.
No, I didn't.
Who did?
The Lord did.
Okay. When did he say you should be the apostle?
It's almost like you're saying, the pastor, or it's not a "the" in the front of it. It's just an office that denotes a work.
That denotes
An office?
work.
That denotes a work. Like a pastor, the work of a pastor, the work of an evangelist.
Do you know
denotes a work.
anybody else that refers to themselves as apostle?
Yeah.
Who?
Thousands of people around.
Thousands?
Yeah, thousands.
The Lord did, everybody.
Of ministers
He's
around
not here to
the globe
confirm it, though, okay?
who go by that title.
All right, name one.
Apostle John Eckhart.
And where is
He's
he
one.
from?
In Chicago. There's so many of them.
There's so many, and they just decide to kind of anoint themselves as apostle?
Objection.
No,
You're
that's
being
not how it is.
argumentative.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to figure this
It's time
out.
to wrap this up anyway because
I just think she don't understand. She don't know.
You know,
she probably-
can we,
Okay.
that needs to stop, okay? Like now.
well, it is because I think
You
you're
little
Does he
fucking
explain
cocksucking
it?
little
Needs
prick,
to
man.
stop
You know, I give Colleen. We're gonna go and wrap it up
about
here
me.
opponent.
No. Please.
because they're starting to wrap it up.
Are
here,
we
too.
wrapping this up because
No, I
we
think we
agreed?
can go a few
No,
more
we can go
minutes.
for
Well,
a
we
few more
agreed.
minutes, but we're gonna. I got shit I got to do this weekend. We'll get through the next part because there's still another 2 hours to it, but that's not till February 2015. So next year come February 2015, we'll do the second part of this, and then we'll do Michelle's. All right, because we're 10 years on these, right? We're 10 years later, guys. We're 10 years later in this chapter of David E. Taylor's cult, right? And Colleen, this whole stream was in honor of you, really. To sit here and watch you just dig him into a fucking hole, because you know what, Colleen? You know what you did? You ultimately laid the foundation for something bigger than you have any fucking clue about. Let me tell you something that. Hands down to Colleen for destroying this piece of shit. David went in as just a witness, okay? Let's facts of this deposition. David was a witness. That was it. It was not criminal. He went in because he Debbie gave money from a divorce settlement to David. Rick Frazier wanted to know where the money was because Debbie went back to Rick asking for more. So Rick says, I'm going to depose you. This is why we have these depositions, everybody. All right. Debbie gave the money to David. Debbie went back to Rick, asked for more money. Debbie said, well, I gave it up. Rick says, okay, well, if you want more money, I need to depose you because I want to know where the money went. Valid fucking response, I would say. So we have these depositions. So Colleen, in honor of you, thank you for laying the foundation of this, because you laid the foundation, Colleen, for something bigger than any of us are ever. Colleen, you know what you need to do? Just sit back and fucking relax and chill and just watch. All right. Just watch. Colleen, watch. Okay. I promise you, if you ever come across this channel, you come across this video, Colleen, just watch. Okay. Just watch what's going to happen probably in the next 5 years with this piece of shit. Okay. There's something bigger brewing with David. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like something bigger, man. I really do. Ever since the death threats, the court cases, everything, man. Colleen, you laid the foundation. So in honor of you, Colleen, thank you for this. And David, thank you for thinking you're smarter than everybody. David. David thought he was smarter than everybody. David, you're not smarter than us, dipshit, or else we wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation about how bad you fucked up. So with that being said, y'all, David, happy 10-year anniversary of part 1 of your deposition, of your infamous deposition. Okay. It's been wonderful, David, being here a part of this deposition, and everybody in the community, I'm sure, shares the same disdain for your fucking debauchery, because we're sitting here watching you just be an absolute pig. Yeah. Oh, we're going to do part 2, and then we'll do Michelle's too. Don't worry. We got more. We'll do more stuff in between, but happy 10-year anniversary, David. I thought we were going to go longer tonight, but I forget there's 2 parts to it. We got to do both 10-year anniversaries. Okay. Because the second part's good too. And then we get to Michelle's. That's even better too. Okay. That comes in March of 2015. So March of 2025, guess what? We'll do Michelle's too. We'll look into Michelle. We'll look into Michelle, man. So David, happy 10-year anniversary. Colleen, Renee, thank you for this wonderful deposition. And my name is You